Yeah, I gotta adjust my settings on StreamYard or something because StreamYard don't even be giving us a chance to breathe. I feel like Ray J, like, can I catch my motherfucking breath?
Okay.
Like, I be trying to play the waiting room music and then they immediately go to the intro. Be like, damn, we can't even get a breath before we hop on in. But y'all know the drill. It's Thursday. Welcome to another, week of Ooh Ladies First Panel. Email us, oohladiesfirstpanel@gmail.com. Follow us everywhere. Jamie, that's me, Bondi Blue, Blue Rose Bondi, and myself, Niecy Dixon. We have a church announcement before we get started. Join our team. We are looking for a social media assistant and then also an event operations coordinator. Send your resume and social media handles to ladiesfirstpanel@gmail.com. Ready, Eddie?
Yep.
Woo!
Yeah. We back.
Oh, you muted, Bondi.
Yeah.
Okay. I saw you do it. I was like, yeah. How y'all doing tonight?
Mm, pretty good.
Good.
Mm-hmm.
We technically on the countdown to the end of the year. What are y'all looking forward to?
My show Saturday. So I'm excited about like accomplishing that and
Yeah.
like doing it and then what it's gonna feel like after,
Mm-hmm.
people coming in town and all of that. So I'm really excited about that. That's my thing. And then I don't even know. After that, ask me after. But yeah.
Yeah,
Hey,
I saw you post your coloring books. You got your merch ready.
Yeah.
hey, listen. We're out here, girl. We're doing it.
That's what's up. That's
Yes.
what's up. Um, I don't nothing. Literally, like,
Out of damn.
You know what? I love that. Cause lightweight, I feel the same way. I can't think of anything specific. I'm gonna be at my favorite spot for New Year's though.
What is
okay.
Double D's in Dallas.
Okay, what's that, like
Okay.
a lounge or a restaurant?
It's like a little hole in the wall lounge type of thing. I'm
Mhm.
actually kind of nervous though because the line pretty much be down the block, and I don't know what it's gonna be like for New Year's. They said they selling tickets just to like they selling tickets, but I'm hoping that it's not over capacity. You know how people like to do. They sell
Mhm.
more, and I don't want to deal with that. I just want me a nice little drink. I usually be in the house, but yeah, I just feel like
Right.
I'll be outside this year.
That's what's
Might
up.
have to get a hotel downtown.
Mm,
That would be nice.
mm,
Hmm. Yes. Okay, so let's get into our first topic. I saw something that I thought was pretty funny. So I was
Mhm.
like, yeah, y'all know I get so excited to talk to y'all about shit on Thursdays that when I see something that's good, I never watch it in completion. Like I start to watch it and I'm like, hold on, I gotta wait. So let's watch this together.
Okay.
Or
They
She doing way too much. She need to end this right now. She need to run.
It's bothering me that he don't know her hand.
oh oh ah oh Jesus
Damn.
oh
Just have the heart attack, son.
oh
Just go ahead and do it. Pass the
oh
fuck out right now.
oh.
Is he gonna get this
Go
head?
slower.
I can't. I
I
can't. I
just
can't.
said this shit today about how niggas be like doing the most ooh, ah, ah, ooh, like just like really blowing it out of proportion.
What when they about to cry?
Anytime, anything. Like if they hurt themselves, if they think they feel like their feelings hurt, or they get caught cheating and now they like trying to puff themselves up to cry and shit. Like, dude, wait a minute. Calm the fuck down.
Honestly, this was too much. I would have canceled the whole fucking wedding.
Out of there.
Like, I would have canceled the whole. Why are you? I don't know, y'all.
You
It's
breathing
like
that. That's weird.
it's very weird. I think it's funny that his friend did that to him, but I feel like this is also hella telling. This is very telling, y'all. I don't know if it's just me, but I feel like weddings are a beautiful thing, but sometimes I feel like they could be very performative. And I think that this is what he was working himself up for because he knew that the photographer was taking pictures. He knew that this moment had to be the first look. Oh my gosh, so much pressure. So let me ooh and ah like I'm about to ejaculate.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking about. Oh my God, I am uncomfortable.
Yeah, me too.
Moment to remember. Let me give it my all.
I wish I did care more about like how I looked at my wedding. I think I had sweated out my my hair by the time we got to the end of that shit. By the time as soon as that shit came on, I choose you, it was over. Like all the hair was sweated out. The pictures of me, I'm singing the lyrics. I look good in some and crazy in others because I was feeling it, Like,
Yeah.
like I wish I had cared a little. Some of them pictures was like, whoa.
It was good you didn't know.
We had a good time. Listen, that motherfucking wedding. People still talking about that wedding because the food was really good, and it was a bop. It was a bop.
I'll never forget the food at my wedding. I was so disappointed.
Oh, I remember that.
So mad at him.
You remember me telling y'all
I
that?
remember it was, yeah.
I was, yeah.
It was good though. It wasn't bad.
You said the same thing, buddy.
It was like, and I tell you, if it was like, I'm not eating that. It wasn't like that.
Oh, no. I'm going to have to redo that.
I'm not showing y'all shit.
I'm hollering. I mean, they asking for video. I'm hollering.
I wish I had a video. My cousin recorded it, and then by the time he gave it to me, the disc was corrupted. So I have no video from the wedding, only pictures, unfortunately. Like there wasn't at least 10 photographers in the fucking room.
Damn. I'm glad you got the photos though.
Oh yeah, the
That would
photos.
be so terrible to have a wedding and the videographer and the photographer.
Yes. Nah, and I paid. I think the photographer might have been the most, besides the venue and everything, was probably the most expensive thing. I think I paid like $5,000+ for that nigga.
For just the photographer?
Just my photographer. He did my engagement photos, the wedding photos. He did my book. Yeah. I mean, and also like, he's a big deal. Like he was somebody that did a lot of people's weddings, a lot of famous people in New Orleans. He did their weddings, but he did my cousin, who was my wedding planner. He did her wedding, and so we really, really wanted him. And yeah, he was expensive as fuck.
Well, okay. So let's stay on the topic of weddings and marriages. Let's go to the next one. We got an update. Let's speak on Candy and Todd. It seems like it's something new every single week going on. It was a clip of Candy, and I didn't want to share it just because I didn't want to talk bad about her. She had a Mama Joyce wig on. Did y'all see that clip?
I did see it.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like I'm letting it slide because that's the wig I wore from the car till I got inside and got into makeup and hair. So, you know what I mean? I'm letting it slide. But I also feel like maybe she was trying to be funny by wearing the Mama Joyce wig.
I don't know, but it definitely reminded me of when Kenya said, "You got that tired ass Mama Joyce wig on," and Candy said,
"I'll be talking about my mama."
Put that food in her mouth.
right. Specifics. So, update from the last time we met.
Okay.
Todd is looking for primary custody and child support of the children. So I hopped online. I started searching Candy and Todd, like what else am I missing? And I thought it would be interesting for us to get this attorney's point of view about whether or not, the prenup is valid. Because everybody keeps resurfacing these clips of the day of the wedding when he was on the show, and they had the camera crew and her lawyer went to him that day and had him sign the prenup like what hours walk down the aisle. So watch this clip from an attorney.
Baby, look at here. Lawyer Bay is back in the chat, okay? It has been a long night. I have been up all night. I have been reviewing this Todd and Candy situation because y'all would not let me rest. I will start by saying I am not above reproach. I can be wrong. And while most of you are not going to like what I'm about to say, the prenup's getting thrown out. If y'all want to talk about it, let's do it. I stayed up all last night doing research. I rewatched the wedding special. I went on to Fulton County's district clerk's website, and I have reviewed the divorce pleadings as well as Todd's responses. And I have a newfound outlook on this situation. I do not believe that this prenup is going to stand, not because I believe that Todd was under duress or Todd didn't know what he was signing, but as attorneys, we have an ethical obligation to follow a list of rules. I'm not going to go through all those rules because, baby, look at here. Lord, it's not important. But the most important rule that we have to follow is we as attorneys are not allowed to talk to parties that are represented by counsel. I am only able to speak to the opposing party if they are a pro se litigant. What is a pro se litigant? A pro se litigant is someone who is representing themselves. I rewatched the wedding special. Todd never fired his attorney. So Candy's attorney was performing in an unethical manner when she sat down in that hotel room and had him to testify in front of the notary that he was signing this prenup of his own volition. Candy's attorney should have never been in a room alone with Todd, speaking of things that were relating to the legal proceeding that was before them. It is unethical, and baby, she may be in a little trouble herself. So where does that put us? That puts us at, I think that a judge is likely going to throw this prenup out. I do not think that it's going to stand. I think that the attorney was unethical in the behavior that she exhibited. This is just what I can see. I don't know if there are deleted. It's not important. This is just what I can see. I don't know if there are deleted scenes. So there could be a phone call that I am not aware of where Todd may have fired his attorney. But if things are the way that they stand, this prenup is getting thrown out. Where does that leave us? If the prenup gets thrown out, then we are now at a situation where all of the property that was collected during the marriage is going to be split in a just and right manner. That doesn't mean an equal manner. It means a just and right manner. This is just what I can see. I don't know if there are deleted scenes.
All right. So while she's saying that, I was just looking at the comments. Royal BDV4 says, I'm also a family law attorney and this prenup will definitely hold up in court. The attorney just wanted to make a post for engagement. A novice attorney can see this will stand in court. What else? Okay, somebody else is saying.
I was about to say, like, go ahead.
And no, they're just saying the same thing. They're saying that they think it's going to stand up in the comments.
The reason why I said it is because why are you acting like it's a court case, like a criminal court case or something where a person has to have an attorney present if they ask for an attorney or something? Like in these situations, I feel like why does one have to like fire their attorney in order to enter into some type of deal without their attorney being present? Doesn't that seem like that would be just on their part, not necessarily something that's unethical or something that a lawyer can be sanctioned for? Because she didn't say that. She didn't say that there was any law that was broken by Candy's attorney meeting Todd without his attorney.
Yeah, she just said it was unethical. That's true.
Yeah, she said that it's rules that they have to follow. So I'm thinking that by the guidelines of being barred in the state of Georgia, if she operated, in the wrong manner, then she could be potentially in trouble that way. But not like, I don't think there's like a law, but I think just based on like whatever bar association guidelines that they have, that's what I would think she's talking about.
I don't know. I just feel like, does that really make sense to y'all that like somebody's attorney, like, because I just imagine that there are times when people sign paperwork without an attorney present. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do. I see what you're saying. I don't know. I'm wondering when I hear her say this, I'm like, I feel like there could have been maybe some other conversation that was had that we didn't see on the show that may have been edited out. You know, maybe he did fire his attorney, even though she's saying that he didn't. Like maybe he did, but he also said that he went against his attorney's best wishes and did what he wanted to do. A lot of people do that, and then of course the attorneys reprimand them for whatever reason. But yeah, I don't know. I will say this: her coming to social media with her thoughts as an attorney on this matter, in my personal, made me feel like she looked at this from a Todd angle and not a Candy angle, in my opinion. Although she said she looked at everything, yeah, but I feel like I don't know what kind of law she practices, but I wonder if she often practices law on the defense's end, which is why she probably went into doing research from that point of view versus another point of view. That's what I'm thinking. So I don't know.
When I think about,
I think it's probably gonna hold up. I hope it holds up because it's like he shouldn't have no access to nothing she did before getting married to him.
I think it'll hold up too. It kind of reminds me of Tia Mowry and Corey Hardrick. She had the same thing, and her prenup was that he didn't have access to anything before they were together. But one of the things I think about when it comes to Candy and Todd is not remember, they just resurfaced the scenes. But before her attorney comes to his hotel room before the wedding, Todd actually calls Candy on the phone and he says, "Hey, you remember, I don't want to be doing all this back and forth before the wedding." He said it was just two things I want you to change in the prenup. If you change those two things, I'll sign it. So the point, I don't know what this attorney is anchoring onto, but it's clear evidence that he wasn't under duress and the other lawyer didn't do anything wrong if he had called the night before and agreed. So maybe the other lawyer could have taken the steps to make sure that he could be spoken to without counsel before she even showed up. He the one who called her on the phone and said, "Just change these two things and I'll sign."
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense, especially when I hear what you say and I look at one of the attorneys in the comments saying that she assumed he already reviewed, because that's how the conversation, once you hire an attorney, that's who the conversation is happening between those two attorneys. So thinking about that and what you said, like, yeah, they probably did. And that's what I'm talking about with us not seeing everything and some stuff could have been edited out. They probably already had the conversation, sent the stuff over. Because why would he spend all that money to hire somebody and then go against their best wishes? That attorney about looked at that. Todd knew what he was signing. He was totally okay with it. And it's probably going to hold up. We'll see. Or we may not if the judge decides to seal the records, which is what Candy was requesting.
Look at this comment. It says, "What's the update on Journey Smollett's ex-husband?" Good ass question.
That's a good question.
Good ass question. Because how much is he getting a month?
And he wants more. He wants some of her old money.
That's crazy as hell. All right. So I got a question for y'all. And why does it do this? My question for y'all. How do y'all feel about, well, let's start here. Have you ever applied for a job and they ask you for your social so they can look up your credit score? Y'all know jobs be doing that?
No,
Y'all never seen that before?
No.
Yes, some jobs will ask for your social and then look at your credit score because they use it as like a judgment of character. I guess if you're going to be like handling money or if you're going to have a credit card and you work for a company. So I was wondering like if y'all think that the things that you do in your personal life should impact, how you are on a job.
I think it depends. Because if you're a sexual deviant outside of your job and then somebody accuses you of sexual harassment on the job, then it matters. But if you simply cheated on your wife or some shit like that, you know, I don't think that has anything to do with anything. But at banks and stuff like that, like stuff when you're in a financial job, like I've never been in a financial job, right? So they wouldn't do that for me. But if I was like responsible for somebody's money, then yeah, I could absolutely see you needing to look that up to make sure that I don't have a large amount of debt. Because if I have a large amount of debt, I might steal your money.
Mm.
I agree. That definitely finance, possibly insurance too. Yeah, because it's crazy if you're over there being a financial advisor and you ain't got your own stuff together. Your credit score tanking, but you advising other people on how to handle their money. Yikes. Also, I think it should be required for some places like, you know, teachers. Not so much
Teachers.
your credit score or anything, but based on what you got going on in your life.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought you meant credit score. I was like, we
History of, you
teachers.
know, any child abuse charges or anything like that. I think they should definitely.
Or
I think that's something that's already happening though.
Yeah,
when
yeah.
it comes
They
to,
already
like,
make sure you don't have any violent offenses or something like that. Because like we need for you to be in, because to me, violent offenses mean you can't control your emotions, and we need you to be able to control your emotions around these kids.
mhm.
Okay, because I know they'll take you there.
But if you about to work in a call center and you just answering calls or you calling around harassing people to get information for the company, like I don't think anybody should have to have I just feel like that's the company's way of just being nosy. For real.
Mm-hmm.
And they do be doing a little bit too much sometimes. Like there is a level of security that is being done on us as people that live in this country by jobs, by like, you know, surveillance.
Mhm.
It's surveilling in a way. And jobs and corporations are definitely like used to surveil people. And that shit kind of freaks me out. But yeah, girl.
I was asking specifically because I came across this.
Closest to, how else do you think they operate in this world? That is more than a character flaw. That's not a good person. Bad business in your home is bad business everywhere. And yeah, more people should get fired for cheating on their spouse. Because if you really think about it, if that person can betray the person they're closest to, how else do you think they operate in this world? That is more than a character flaw. That's not a good person. Bad business in your home is bad business everywhere.
Mm. So for me, I'm gonna say this. I don't think that if you cheat on somebody, you should lose your job. But to some of the points that y'all made, I 110% agree that you know, that stuff spills over. Like obviously if you're a whole fucking pedophile, you don't need to be working at nobody's job, right?
Yeah, right.
But in the case of this coach at University of Michigan, and I'm gonna share the screen on that, he got fired from his job for more than just cheating. Where we at? Goodness. He did some wild ass shit. And like we say, or like Dr. Umar say, he like to tell us he should have BH at the end of his name for Bunny Hopper. Bunny Hopper.
Goodness.
All right, so let's get into the story from the coach of University of Michigan.
Coach of Michigan got arrested not for cheating, but because he broke into the woman's crib that he was cheating with.
Hold on. It's too many damn videos just playing music I don't need them to play.
Wow.
I gotta find it. I gotta find another one.
University of Michigan head football coach went from this to this in one day. Let me tell you what happened. Sharon Moore has been a part of the University of Michigan football family for a minute. He helped lead them to a national championship. And when head coach Jim Harbaugh left to go coach in the NFL for the Chargers, he took over his spot. So yesterday, the news breaks that Sharon Moore is fired from being the head coach of Michigan for cause, which means that they don't have to pay him. He signed a 5-year deal with Michigan in 2024 and made over $6 million this year. So that's a big bag he fumbled yesterday. The reason for his firing, he was sleeping with his coworker. And to make matters worse, sorry, let me give you the official. text, he was having an inappropriate relationship with a Michigan staffer. To make matters even worse, allegedly, this staff member was his executive assistant who had a 55% increase in her salary over the course of 1 year. You see here, it's public information. From 2023 to 2024, she was making $58,000 a year. And then in 2024, 2025, this year, she was making $90,000. This man has been married for a decade with 3 children, daughters, mind you, that are all under the age of 10 years old. And his last daughter was born last summer. I turned on ESPN this morning. I'm not saying it's the most reliable source in the world, but I wanted to hear what their lead reporters had to say. And they said that Michigan knew about this months ago. They had HR investigate and they couldn't find any evidence that he was sleeping with a coworker, right? Now some damning evidence came into the fold where they had to fire him. Now this part is alleged. I got this from the internet, but it makes sense to me. Allegedly, he impregnated his executive assistant. And I don't know how true this part is, but allegedly he forced her into an abortion, and maybe that's what led him to double her salary. That's all speculation. Now, apparently, when he found out that there was a coaches only meeting happening without him, which means he was about to get fired, he had an argument with his wife where he threatened to hurt himself permanently. You're picking up what I'm putting down. I don't want my video to get taken down. Left his house, went to an unnamed staffer's house, wonder who that was, and put a knife to his own throat, and then went to a local church where he was found because his wife gave his location, like I assume his Find My Friends or whatever, to the authorities. People have been going through his Instagram following, and he follows a lot of questionable, baddie type of accounts. Accounts that a man who is married with 3 young daughters should not be following. And to make matters worse, the woman that he allegedly cheated on his wife with, his wife is a blonde white woman, is also a blonde white woman that looks a little similar to her, to me. Now Michigan's got a huge problem on their hands because they've got to keep their really good players that are committed to come to Michigan and that are already at Michigan wanting to stay there amidst all this drama. A lot of people think the only way Michigan can save themselves is by stealing Alabama's coach, Kalen DeBoer, who's about to play in the playoffs with Alabama. And on top of that, a lot of people know that Lane Kiffin would have loved to go coach at Alabama, and he's constantly coach hopping, and he abandoned his team while they're going to play in the playoffs to go coach LSU. So is it possible that Lane Kiffin does the funniest thing ever and abandons the team that he abandoned his last team that's playing in the playoffs currently for, before he ever even coaches a game for them, to take Kalen DeBoer's job because Michigan needs a really big name like Kalen DeBoer to come save their asses because this guy was allegedly sleeping with his assistant, forced her to get an abortion, and now went to jail. And now Michigan looks really bad and they need to hold on to all of their really good recruits and players. What?
Well, that's a lot.
That is. Did she say he broke in the girl house? What did she say?
He did.
Yeah.
He broke into the girl house, and then I think she said that he put the knife against his throat, but I thought he put the knife against the girl throat.
That's
and
what I had
threatened
been
to
hearing.
kill her.
Yes.
And yeah.
His wife didn't want him no more. He had went to the girl's house and was holding her hostage and threatened to take both of their lives. And then I don't know what happened. He held her hostage for a while. He ended up at the church. But the other thing that I have been hearing is allegedly, and this is conflicting, they're saying that he made the girl get an abortion.
Yeah.
But what I'm also hearing, and this is allegedly the girl, I'm sharing screen. They haven't confirmed it yet, but people think that this is the girl because she privated all her accounts, deactivated her LinkedIn, everything as soon as this story came out. But what was I gonna say? Anyway,
the plan B.
the DoorDash. Yes,
Yeah.
thank you, Bondi. See, yes. So okay, so they were saying that he made her get an abortion, but they're saying that the way that they found out about this affair is that a DoorDasher student had delivered Plan B from his account to her place, and that's what made them tip.
No, it was his office.
Oh, I thought they sent the DoorDash to her place.
No, they sent it to his office because it was his office at the school, which is why they was like, why would you be getting a Plan B sent to your office at the school? And so somebody tipped, the DoorDash driver tipped somebody off about it. And I think that's why they started doing the investigation and couldn't figure out who it was.
Was the DoorDasher a student?
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
so.
Because I feel like for him to do that, that's something I feel like he was comfortable with doing because he's done it before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this one happens to be a student. So now
Right.
the conversation just started to grow and grow and grow and grow.
But I also was thinking how even as simple as this lady saying that she went to his Instagram and he was following questionable accounts, knowing that you a coach, why the fuck would you be following certain accounts like that? That's public. Like just dumb. Like it irritates me because these are the type of people that be making $6 million. Give it to me, please.
It's hubris. It's like ego and hubris. Like the fact that you think ain't nobody gonna do nothing to you. You don't think anybody's gonna care because everybody around you is doing this shit. So in your mind, you're gonna get away with it. That's why it doesn't matter. Nobody gives a fuck if I get a plan B sent to my job. Like everybody cheats on their wives around here. Nobody gives a fuck. And then, one day somebody says some shit.
And that makes a lot of sense because when you are a coach and your goal is to win championships, win games and stuff, I do feel like universities let things slide.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to let it slide. They about already knew about this. I think the conversation on the campus just probably grew too strong to ignore it, that they had to start to address this.
I wonder what their season's looking like because to me, this doesn't seem like anything that's worth firing for. If I'm gonna be honest with y'all, like
it, to fire him anyway.
Yes, like I understand. This is unethical or immoral, I should say. I don't think you should be moving like this. But honestly, there are worse things that have happened, and y'all haven't fired people. Or universities haven't fired people, to your point, Jamie. So what? Let's see. What's the
he might be only as good as his last season.
Right. And there is a clause so they can fire him for it. Especially with her being his assistant. It probably wasn't just that he was cheating. It was that it's your assistant.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the other things too that makes it like we got to get you out of here is that 50,000, that 55% increase. That right there, having to explain that increase, especially if it does not fit her actual title. He may have had to change her title, and then you got to talk about the fact of whether she was really qualified for that title. So he really finessed, in my opinion, the football's budget in an effort to elevate her to continue to keep his secret private. So it's like you kind of involve the university. Like it's one thing you're messing with a staff or whatever, but when you moving like university money for your personal situation like that, yeah.
An additional $32,000, I think. Yikes.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's why that right there is why they had to pick him up out of there. They had to say, okay, we've had enough.
Appropriating funds, nigga. You gotta
go. That was stupid as hell.
It was.
That was why. That
the
was
way
stupid.
You lose everything.
Why couldn't you just give us 55 out of you and your wife account?
Hello.
That's crazy. Because he was getting what, $6 million? Child. It's what's really getting me is the fact that men do the damnedest things. Like y'all really be out here running them up, doing what you want to do, and then go run to a woman when she not giving you your way and say, I'm gonna kill myself. So yeah. It's really heavy on the
do it.
Nike.
Do what you gotta do.
No, it'd be crazy. Like it's equal to me to like you see a dude that'll like beat a bitch up, like beat a lady up real bad, and then have somebody punch him in his face one time and he start crying like a bitch.
It's crazy.
It'd be like that. Like, what is going on? Like you do all of this. I mean, low key, like the idea of Diddy, like I don't know whether it was true or not, but you remember they were saying like when the verdict came down, that nigga was on the floor, on the ground, acting a fool, and I'm just like, nah, nigga, after all of this shit you done did to everybody, you can't just stand up and take this. You gotta cry and fall on the floor.
Let's not forget, y'all, he ran to a church.
Always, because who's gonna save you? I read, and what they call it, a stud in a what you call them, whatever the fuck they call it, but basically saying that God is your weapon and your shield.
The gag is he probably gonna move out the state and go get him another job as a football coach for one of these colleges. Because somebody else with a poor record is ready to hire him, or I'm not even a semi. They might have a fairly decent record. They still won't hire him.
To me, you're not trustworthy around no college girls if you can't not fuck your assistant.
They need to put him on Last Chance U.
It's crazy. Is that Snoop Dogg team?
No, Last Chance You. You remember that's the Netflix series where they go to these junior colleges and they show the kids trying to get back to D1. Like
Is it
this,
basketball or football?
they have both.
Oh, okay.
They have both. It's real good, but he need to be on Last Chance You because it's gonna be his last chance. Like this is your reformatory season of coaching.
Too funny,
baby.
That's crazy.
But yeah, I looked at their record. Their record, I think it's pretty decent. It says that which I ain't no sports person like that. Overall, they're 9-3. That's pretty good.
You know, this person in the comments said, I doubt it. He's a liability to any university. Well, I'm going to say I doubt your comment. And let me tell you why. Juan Dixon.
Ooh,
now, Juan may not have had like a sexual relationship with somebody at the campus. But it was questionable because remember, he was hanging out with his assistant down to the laundromat and stuff. And people was taking pictures that was questioning it. But he just kept saying that was just his friend. Or at least his assistant, whatever it was. But then there was another situation where I guess something happened to one of the players and he didn't believe them or something. And I think he ended up getting released from that job. But like within a year, he was back working with another team, getting ready to coach. So
yeah, I forgot all about that.
I see him getting another opportunity.
I do for sure.
He may have to work up to like head football coach, but I definitely could see him being one of the assistant coaches on the team at a minimum.
Yeah. Well, leave it to him. Leave it to a man. All right, let's get into this next. I had the perfect segue for this. Okay, y'all ready for the segue?
Yeah.
So this coach that asked him and his wife out of millions. Y'all want to know who has a history of asking people out of millions?
Oh.
Can you guess? Okay, I got it. Jen Shaw.
Oh,
Jen
Lord.
Shaw. She just got released from prison.
I forgot about her.
I know, right? She got released from prison, I think, yesterday. And I was trying to update one of my friends on who Jen Shaw was. And the only thing that sticks with me, I can't stand this lady. Like, people, I don't know why people love to, like, I feel like they love her in a way that people love Mary because Mary is quirky, but Jen Shaw is not quirky. Jen Shaw is a fucking fraud. I couldn't stand her. I mean, it's actually been proven in the court of law that she's a fucking fraud, so I'm not even boosting when I say that. But I remember when she was on the show, she said that the feds broke into her house and she was crying, talking about, I got 2 young black sons.
Yes, I
You remember? And
I
then the ladies was gossiping about what she had going on. And she said, I feel like George Floyd. I feel like they got their foot on my neck. I can't breathe. That's what this bitch said. Y'all, when I reviewed it, I must have cussed that lady. I can't remember what the fuck I said in that video, but I do not fuck with Jen Shaw. So either way it goes, there's been pictures of her, having a good old time in prison. She's been released. She's back with her friends and family. Here are some pictures of her. They're there greeting her, and her husband definitely held her down. It's pictures of him going to go see her. They celebrated their 31st anniversary with her in prison. She was leading a workout class for the ladies. There go her husband right there.
Listen, he was going get his Asian persuasion.
Held her down.
I wonder, so does she owe any money or anything, or is she completely done? Or
yes,
she's got to be on probation.
Yeah,
if she was supposed to be in prison for so many and she got out early, she got to be on probation. Oh,
gotta be. Well, this lady thought she was coming back to Real Housewives. She thought she was gonna give us a Karen Huger, and Andy said, "Oh no."
Because I think she is getting released next week, and I just want to say once again, for anyone who is asking, I think I've said this before, she's not coming back to the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. She's not. So I wish her all the best in her next life. I would assume she'll wind up on a reality show of some kind. But it won't be anything that I'm working on. I don't know that I could see Bravo working with her again. So there you go. Can we put a period on the end of that sentence?
I was one of the people that was thinking she would come back because I do feel like Andy and Bravo like jailbirds. So I feel like based on their history, they would bring her back. But for her to not have come back, she must have done something, in my opinion, that was worse than Nene Leakes, because he didn't even say all that with Nene. He just said, I'm going to keep her name out my mouth because that's what she told me to do. And now you're hearing executives kind of saying that she can come back to Real Housewives. And then now you're hearing, not as far as Jen, but as far as Nene. And then you're hearing Andy say, I just talked to Nene like a few months ago. So she might be returning. So I'm like, dang, well, Jen must have did something much, much worse.
That's what I think. I was just about to say, what else y'all think she did?
She was scamming from old people.
Well, yeah. But do you think Andy is the type of guy that cares about that?
When I think about Teresa Giudice and her husband, I can't remember what their situation was, but I think it had something to do with money.
People was in the comments saying that Jen's was so bad because it was some old man who she had fraud, and he offed himself because he couldn't deal with the financial woes, basically the situation that this scheme had put him in. So Andy said something like, he said something like there needs to be boundaries, or we gotta like set a standard. I'm, rephrasing what he said.
But that's different, and that's a lot. And I can see why don't nobody want to fuck with her no more after that. That's horrific.
It is, but I don't think that was enough to keep her off the show. I feel like she cussed his ass out like she would do to other ladies.
I don't think she cussed him out because Jen's team, they headed to Instagram shortly after the interview with Andy, and they made a short post, and they said a respectful conversation was already had with Andy before he done the interview, and they wished him the best. So what I think happened, I think it has nothing to do with Jen. I think that Andy feels like the housewives' name is being tarnished because Black housewives are, being shunned from the show. When I say Black housewives, I'm talking about like Wendy got arrested. Then then Mia, and people were calling it Real Housewives of Prison and stuff like that. So I think that at this point, he's like, we've brought back everybody we want to bring back. Oh, let me not forget Karen, of course. And I just think that he thinks that Salt Lake City has done so well without Jen that it's not worth tarnishing the Real Housewives brand by bringing back another prisoner.
Until they're his favorite, which is giving pure clownery in my personal, because not only did Jen Shaw do something that ended up a person made their own decision to relieve themselves from this earth, but Karen almost killed some damn body in herself.
Listen.
And actually, Andy, she told you are poor and white. Shut the hell up. Is what she really said. But you're gonna run down to that lady's house and do a full interview and help adjust her image for whatever reason. Again, it makes sense until it's his fave. But I wonder if he got something to do with Heather, because I feel like Heather been over there on Salt Lake City getting like a pretty good edit for the most part. Mm-hmm. And after she got punched in the eye and they kept thinking it was Jen and she wouldn't say that it was Jen, I'm like, does it have something to do with that? That you assaulted her and maybe potentially
might be.
I don't know.
It might be a culmination of things, but I think it is also what Niecy said about just at this point, let's not. It's too much of this. Let's not.
Until it's his fave. Until Kyle Richards found herself in some legal trouble.
Yeah, until it's one of my favorites. Yeah. Pretty much.
But they do need to time out. I'm not gonna lie. The people need to time out on the arrest, okay? Because it's giving Real Housewives the prison pipeline is what the people been saying. And that is a bad thing to have over your businesses.
But you know what?
For sure.
To me, it's like I don't want to say like a microcosm, but it reminds me of how once all of a sudden somebody becomes famous, they become more susceptible to going to jail than they did before they were famous.
Yeah.
And I feel like there has to be something behind the psychology of it. You know what I'm saying? Like what it means to, in your brain to become famous. And maybe what it means to be able to do things in front of people and get away with it, and then kind of build like over time this, oh, maybe if I do this, because I got away with that small thing, maybe if I get away with this, you know what I mean? Like people will still like me, people will still care about me because I'm me. So I can do this dumb thing.
Yeah.
She was doing it before she got on the show, though. That's the and it seemed like they wanted to expose her. What'd you say, Jamie?
So that's just
what you were saying in general.
Yeah, I meant in general, because I was also thinking about like Wendy and people like that. But I feel like Jen is somebody that already had the hubris from being, old boy's wife. Like whatever she already, whatever the ain't right in the brain part, that was already already happening.
Already ain't right. She was missing some marbles.
Already at the beginning.
I think they are doing good actually without her. I mean, it kind of makes you feel like you
It got better.
Show.
No, it did get better because it was obnoxious how much she made everything about her and how everybody was always walking on eggshells around her.
Yes, because who was she supposed to be?
Yes.
I also think Andy had to do that too. I don't think a lot of the cast members would film with her anyway. So how can you? Nobody trying to rock with you like that. Which is why Monica's not on the show. So yeah.
What do you mean that's why Monica not on the show?
I don't think none of the ladies want to fool with Monica.
Right.
Oh, Monica's the one who allegedly had the blog. Yeah. That makes sense. I could see that. I could definitely see Heather switching sides because Heather was gonna ride for her until she actually got convicted.
At the beginning. Also, I feel like Heather had to go through like some type of mental thing. I think that's happened because her overall attitude has changed from the way she used to make excuses for like abusive behavior. That was kind of like a thing for her.
Yeah, I think it was embedded in her from being a Mormon and that husband.
Yeah.
And I think she was still, and she may still be in it, but she like trying to come out of that.
Yeah,
that's why she been doing these books. And that show. Yeah, she's trying to come out of that. But I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah, it's been there.
You know who also need to come out of something? Somebody who I'm lightweight concerned about, been concerned about. I'm gonna go ahead and share screen. We're gonna get to it. It's one of y'all's faves.
Portia?
No,
not that one.
Screaming.
Another problematic Sagittarius.
That was close.
Oh my gosh, I forgot all about Portia. I need to let me find that video to talk about because I need to get something off my chest. Anyway,
her name is no longer Onika. It's like, oh, Nika. Oh, Nika. Girl.
Yeah. So I don't. What'd you say?
I'm tired of her. Like I'm tired of seeing her. Like I'm tired. Like, okay, girl, you're doing a Kanye thing, and it's we don't care.
Yeah, I don't know how much I missed of like how did she get wrapped up in this? Nikki tweeted Vance is better than Rance, and then JD Vance was like Nikki is better than Cardi, and they was kikiing on the internet. I'm just like, girl.
She been like teetering on this MAGA shit for a minute. Then she spoke on behalf of, Trump's administration with Nigeria, which was extremely problematic because, anybody that's paying attention to politics or paying attention to what's going on knows that like Nigeria they're fighting for their land over there, right? And a lot of people are being harmed, not just Christians, people that are Islamic, other religions in the area, people's, mosque and all of that are getting attacked, not just Christians. And so they're trying to make it seem like it's just Christians so that America can go over there and act like we're trying to save something. You know how we like to do, so we can colonize and steal shit because Africa is like, oh, get your hand out my pocket, bitch. They just did this with France, and now France is bankrupt. And so yeah, it's scary out here for colonizing countries when the African countries are now like getting a little help with getting y'all hand out their pocket. And for her to get up here and speak on their behalf, it just gives you want to upset Black people. That's all it is. You want to upset black people. You want to troll and piss off black people because you mad at us for some reason because you think that we sided with Cardi B. So now you want to be anti-black and do all of this weird MAGA shit. And it's just like we don't give a fuck though. So like, girl, go ahead.
That's the sick part, Bondi. I think it's exactly what you said. She feel like she's in a very, very, very dark place because I feel like everything she's doing is from a place of defeat. Like
Mhm.
it's tragic. Why the fuck would you align yourself with these losers? Like, why
You
would
know,
you do that?
I feel like to me, she's been operating for a minute from a place of you can't handle my mouth, motherfucker. Meaning, I'm gonna always go against the grain to show y'all I can't be controlled. But I feel like you slick finna be okay if you over here with them, like they finna wear
Exactly
you
what
out,
it
love.
is.
And once they done with you, that's
you
what's gonna
okay?
happen.
But also, do y'all think that I don't remember Nikki speaking on politics until Cardi started speaking on politics
She
and people
never said
start.
it.
You know,
So
I saw a tweet from a while ago. I did not save it, and I didn't know we was gonna have this conversation. I wish I would have saved it, but basically, it was like one time that she said something about the cages, about people being caged up. And like I think when Trump first was in office or whatever, the people were in the cages and stuff, and she talked about how inhumane it was. I want you to understand how they're real people and all this other stuff. And
Nikki,
people were like, it's so interesting that now your conversation is changing. When you was just on some and that's really not politics to me. However, it's something that his administration did. And she was like, people are now calling her out, like, now you changing? What's that about? Because at one moment you was against that. And then now here you are being an immigrant yourself. Here you are. That's crazy.
The switch up is insane.
I'm gonna try. If I find it, I'm gonna send it to you.
okay, but yeah, I feel like it's just another fu. Like she feeling like I don't know. She got some deep issues. Cause honestly, y'all, I never was one that was a part of that Nicki versus Cardi thing. I felt like they was two completely different things. Like I never felt like we had to pit one against the other, but Nikki feels like that. And it's so obvious with the things that she's doing. Like I just feel like this is fueled behind wanting to speak on the opposite side of politics as Cardi. And like Cardi don't this is sick. Cardi don't even think about you.
Not really.
Let me see if it's on his page.
Yeah.
Got time to think of. And then I feel like she did it like right after some pictures of Cardi went viral, her and Stefan for his birthday. And then I think like right after that, she's doing this van, whatever the fuck it was, is greater than bullshit.
Yeah, the rant.
Girl,
Weird ass. Weird ass. Okay. So let me show y'all this. I can't play the audio. This is about our other problematic fave. Not mine though, because y'all know I can't stand Portia. I can't stand Portia. I really can't. I don't know. After her having that show, Portia's Family Mess was literally the worst thing she could have done for me because I really enjoyed her as a person before. I would agree with everything she was doing if I had never watched that show. But once I seen her on the show, I couldn't fuck with her. Anyway, I'm showing y'all this video because everybody was like, oh my gosh, does she look so comfortable in her own skin? This one's gonna last. And let me tell y'all why that's not true.
it's not.
I'm gonna tell y'all why it's not true. Not because she's Portia, even though that's the obvious reason why they ain't gonna work. But the next reason is because Portia does shit like this. She is so fucking theatrical in how she wants people to perceive her. I will never forget that fucking bob that she wore to the reunion on stage crying. Phaedra, why would you tell me that? Anytime Portia get ready to right her wrongs or tell a lie, she wear the fucking bob. She want to come out of the extensions and come to us. Yeah, or she do the shortcut. Not Bob, you right, the shortcut. She want to come to us like she changed. So this is what this was, y'all. She wants to show us I ain't been happy with these niggas. So I went and found this woman. and I'm comfortable in my skin. I'm happy. I want y'all to believe that this is the one. Now, I hope it is, but because of Portia's track record, all I do is notice patterns. I I don't think it is. I just want to ask what y'all thought because the audience, the internet was like, "Oh my gosh, this is so cute." I'm like, "Girl, you're too good for Portia." Let me say that.
Every time I see her with this young lady, honestly, all I think about is you will have problem with lesbian. Whatever that African man told her overseas, you will have a problem with it. That's all I think about. So I just take the relationship with a grain of salt. Just, you know.
Same. That's all I think about when I hear it is that she gonna have a problem with lesbian. Also, I know about lesbians. So so there's that.
It's gonna be more problematic. The I feel like any lesbian she gonna be with is gonna be as petty or more than Simon.
Yes, and that's because what you're not prepared to deal with is the fact that women are not men. You get with studs or with like mass presenting women and you're like, oh my God, it's like a cute man, you know. But when you get with them, eventually you realize, no, bitch, like all of the woman shit that you have going on with you, they have going on with them. And when that realization comes into play that it's not going to always, you're going to have to do some macking. You're going to have to do some baby, please shit. Like she's going to have to be that too. And I don't know if she's going to be able to deal with that in a relationship. But we'll see. Because I feel like, studs be problematic within themselves, girl. So
I don't think Portia was ever dating a guy. I think the whole time it's only been this person here. When she said, oh, I'm dating a girl and I'm dating a guy.
You think it was always just a dude and she was just lying?
Yes. I think it's always been this person.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, listen, I feel like I'm sure it's been more people that we don't know about. And that's the only reason why I'm like, shit, it could have been one of them stripper niggas. You know what I mean? She come up off a old boy with the old dick. She had to be tugging and pulling on old dick, right? So she got to go find her some new dick that's young, right? And then you go have that for a little while. And then you remember how these niggas is weird these days. And then, you meet the woman. And then you like, oh, I'm going to just go with the woman because the woman going to take it out.
I'm with Niecy again. Like, I don't think that, this ain't finna work. Not only because I think about what the African man said, but also Portia gonna want some real she gonna want some real dick, period, at some point. And they
studs have a really hard time with that, girl. The femmes don't. I know plenty of like femme women relationships, and they go get dick and then they go back home.
Now, if this person, I don't know her name, but if she allows it, then Portia might stick around a little. Patrice,
which I love. That's a real nasty. I was born in the mid-'80s lesbian.
That's what I was thinking too. And she go by Patrice, right? She don't go by no stud nickname, do she?
She go by Sway. Sway is her stud nickname, and Patrice is her real name.
Yeah, okay, it had to be a stud nickname somewhere in there. Something to make you sound a little bit harder than Patrice.
Yeah, and I'm obnoxious. I'm gonna call you Patrice, bitch. Like when I tell you, girl, what?
I'm from Port Arthur, Texas, and I'm a female.
I'm finna wear her out on the show about this.
Do you know what I'm saying?
What?
I'm from Beaumont. She from Beaumont. Do y'all know the video of P.O.P. Hold it down? And when the interview, she walking out, and the interviewer says, "Sir," and she says, "I'm legally blind. I'm from Beaumont, Texas." And I
remember.
So that's
I ain't doing it. Yeah, I remember that shit. That's hilarious.
Right, you got to come up with a name that make you sound a little bit harder than Patricia.
Okay. Listen. Patrice. Listen, girl, it's hilarious to me. I was giggling as soon as I said her name is Patrice. She looked just like a Patrice. Oh my God.
It's even a maturity era.
Listen, she at some point she didn't know she was gay. That's another thing. Like your name Patrice, girl, your mama did not like you, and at some point you didn't know you was gay. That just off rip.
I feel like it's probably a different story because she's pretty. So I feel like she probably has always known she was gay, and her family probably hated that shit because it's like, well, why the fuck are you gay? You pretty. So that leaned her into stud territory to go against the grain even more of like, no, hold on, I'm making shit up. I don't know nothing about this lady.
I'm
No,
hollering.
the only reason I say that though is because they pretend to be straight for their mamas in them. Like that's just how it is. Like at first you gonna pretend to be straight, so you gonna do the girly thing, right? And I mean, because I literally know somebody that reminds me like similar personality types, and yeah, that she hard hairstyles, short skirts, okay, had all the niggas in a tizzy. Now she's a nigga herself. Okay. All fade on the sides. All right. Yeah. It's hilarious. But I can't wait to see how this is going to play out because I feel like it's going to be so emotional because lesbians are so emotional, girl. Like it's just so much. It's so much emotions. I can't wait.
Yeah, it's gonna be some
Stay in
mess.
the honeymoon phase.
Right. To me, I just feel like it's so foolish because this is not going to end well. And why the fuck would you come to us? Oh, she a twin. This is what everybody was saying.
Yes,
So,
I heard that. Yes.
so you can see, why would you come to us? You could have been dating this lady and falling in love with this lady in private. So the fallout gonna be public.
You know why? Because she had to give us something. She had to change the taste in our mouth some type of way. Everything for Portia is a narrative. Oh, they cute. They real cute.
Yeah, they are
I'm not gonna
identical.
lie. I'm not gonna lie. When I saw her with her, like because I've seen Sway before, I was just like, that's a good one, bitch. I'm watching. You know what I mean? Like, y'all don't even like Portia. I don't give a fuck about like if Portia would have showed up with another African girl, I wouldn't even open one eye to see it. Okay. But you come through like this, and now I'm like, well, fuck, now I gotta see how this is gonna blow up because I know it's gonna blow up.
Yeah, it's gonna blow up.
She be doing that. She be making you pay attention to her ass, and I can't stand it. Stop it. Leave me alone.
Oops.
Never
I
trust
wonder
me.
if Sway wanted to go public or if that's what Portia wanted.
Oh,
I think that's a Portia wanted.
It does kind of give that vibe, like a little bit.
the
I
way she
think it's
explained it. Did y'all hear the way she explained it?
when
Like,
she was talking about
for the holidays, like you're catering, I'm catering. Maybe we should just do it together. Like, oh my god.
I can't. That's what you
But
want to
then-
do. That's
but
Portia.
then-
But she's a hopeless romantic. That's how Portia moves fast.
she
Like
said
by January
that
1st, it's gonna be official.
she said it was Sway's birthday, I think.
Yes, the day after Thanksgiving.
So she decided to launch Sway for Sway's birthday. And to me, I think that that's the issue right there. Because you so fucking main character, you think that it's a birthday gift to me to hard launch me to the internet.
Like you just a lesbian girl. I'm Portia from Real Housewives of Atlanta. I'm about to put you on, and everybody knows it.
Yeah, but honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if thinking about what Sway does for business, I wouldn't be surprised if she did want the platform because what she does is she works in, I don't necessarily want to say real estate. She works in commercial real estate. So she helps people, I guess, buy salon suites, and she has students and stuff like that. And it's what she say, 700 students, tons and tons and tons of people under her that are doing this business. And I never heard about it, never knew she did anything like this until I heard of Portia. So this would be good for her business.
Yes.
So maybe Sway does want that.
I'm sure she does.
Okay, let's get into this Diddy saga. Marlon Wayans has entered the chat.
Lord.
Let's watch this clip first.
But look, public.
Nah. You working with Pac
for 30 years.
You saw Big before he passed?
Yeah.
Bro, so you're close. And Jack, what were you saying?
In the documentary, there was insinuations of, that Diddy possibly had something to do with both Tupac and Biggie. And,
who's telling the story, right? You can skew
people very close to the situation.
But you can create any narrative as a producer and as a director and as a storyteller. I can create a narrative. I could be like, you know what?
You have.
I could create a narrative.
Well, we see it all the time in reality.
Like,
reality shows.
Yeah,
you
write a narrative. It doesn't mean it's true. It doesn't mean it's true. I can get interviews. I can do this. I can get footage, and I could make you think
Okay.
this about that person.
Nah, for sure. Yeah.
And that doesn't necessarily mean it's true. So for me, you know, I think, look, 50 and Puff have a long-term beef. It's personal. It's
Well,
between.
people are saying 50s.
We ain't baby all close.
Nah, you stupid.
But yo, look.
Nah.
You
Like,
working
and it's
with
a story
Puff
based
for
off
30 years.
white producers. Like TMZ did docs on Diddy. There was docs on Hulu. How come they weren't
Peacock.
kicking? How come Peacock? How come they weren't kicking the person when they down? Why do we only say that when it's, you know, a black producer? And especially when you know 50 and Diddy got a personal issue. So like there's no reason for 50 to have any type of loyalty to Diddy in any way, shape.
You know what? I didn't even think about it like that. But like you said, there's been a bunch of docs put out before. And nobody said when TMZ did that whole series, nobody said when the Peacock doc and all those other docs, nobody said nothing.
It's investigative reporting when they did it, when they do it.
But he wasn't in jail yet. Was he? Like, no, he wasn't.
Which makes it worse.
He wasn't going through trial.
Which makes it worse because he was going through trial when they were doing these documents. When they were doing these documentaries. I think it makes it worse.
But he thought
because the jurors could have had a chance to watch it. People could have had a chance to watch it. I think it was worse.
And what is this documentary doing other than telling a story?
Mm-hmm.
Like literally, it's just telling a story.
Yeah.
Like, and it's a story based off Diddy's actions. How come nobody ever says that when it's white producers?
All right. So Marlon says, just enjoying my life in my tags of cigars, calm before the storm. For the record, I don't condone any abuse of women, period. Unlike some people who have had a track record of domestic violence. I got 5 sisters and a mother I honor. I rep us always. Don't let anyone create narratives. Marlon Lamont Wayans is an exceptional man. Good day, Curtis. And then Marlon Wayans also posts this picture of 50 and Diddy in a hot tub, and he says, just for the record, bro, let's correct the narrative, Curtis. Rub-a-dub-dub, stop it. So yeah, I guess Marlon Wayans ain't fucking with what 50's doing. And he basically saying one thing them tables gonna do is turn. So why are you bringing this up? And they kind of like went back and forth about it. For me, when I watched the documentary, I had similar thought. I believe 99% of everything they said in the documentary. What's the interviewer's name? And I feel like I should know his name. He's the interviewer with the afro, very famous.
Torre.
Thank you. Torre made a follow-up video on TikTok.
Yeah,
And he talked about how in the documentary there's a clip of Biggie, and Biggie saying, you know, I'm afraid to walk the street. I feel like somebody gonna kill me. I'm super paranoid. And Torre was saying that was misplaced, like most productions. He was saying that interview, he was actually the one who interviewed him. And he was telling him that he was afraid, and he was afraid because he had just gotten famous. So he felt like he couldn't just walk around his hood no more. But they played it in the documentary as though he was referencing the beef between him and Tupac. So Torre was saying that because they placed it that way, he does believe that Diddy did a lot of things, but he doesn't believe that he had anything to do with Tupac's death. He thinks that it's potentially that Tupac got off by a Crip who he had gotten into a fight with, and then the death with Biggie had something to do, but he wouldn't necessarily say that Diddy had ushered him into his death. He thinks that Biggie stayed in LA because he wanted to stay in LA. So anyway, not too much on Torre, but basically just to say, I agree with Marlon. Yeah, no, I want y'all to too. But I do agree with Marlon because when I was watching the documentary, when I thought about the amount of effort that 50 had put into this, the only thing I kept thinking about was, boy, them tables gonna turn. Because I feel like there has been a track record of women speaking bad on 50, so it's only a matter of time. I thought it was interesting, but I'm still taking what he's saying in the documentary and listening to it. It holds value. So what y'all think about the comments at 50, or not comments, about 50 doing this documentary, the comments from Marlon and also from Torre?
The thing about Torre, real quick, before I go out of my head, I watched that too. But ever since Diddy's security and best friend walked up to Torre outside the courthouse right after the trial and had a conversation with him about how Puff, you know, saw what he had going on and you know, and wanted to talk to him and all of that. Yeah, Torre has been compromised as far as I'm concerned. The only reason I started following Torre on TikTok is because I remember him back in the day doing all of those interviews, and the way he was talking about that trial was totally different during the trial than the way he talked about it after the fact. And for me, ever since then, he has consistently come out trying to play devil's advocate, so to speak. And I watched the video where he talked about, oh, I think he did this, I think he did that. But I really feel like that was just to clean it up because people don't really believe what you're saying. And as a true journalist, I'm sure it bothers you that people are not believing you because they believe you've been compromised. But he was threatened. In my opinion, knowing what they was doing outside that courtroom, you probably were threatened. It was literally on live when it happened. The dude walked up to him on live. And then everything changed after that. So for me, I can't even really take what Torre says to heart. But also, what about Keith D? What about Keith D going on trial next year for the Tupac situation? If it was really just Jimmy Hinchman, like you said it was, and it's just all of that simple, then why is Keith D saying that it was him? And it's a possibility that it's not true. I've always felt like the deaths were connected. That's just my ignorant opinion on the situation growing up in the 90s. The way they happened, how close they happened, it just felt like they were connected. It always did. I saw somebody in the comments say that they felt like, it made other people look innocent. The only person that I believe was innocent was Tupac. Even before this documentary, I always thought because he didn't actually assault the girl that it might have just been a setup and it wasn't really him. Also because of what I thought he felt about women. But as we see, you can't really trust because it seems as if these men have to do this at one point or another, this humiliation shit. And just what he did with Faith was enough for me to feel like, yeah, you could have did that shit the way that girl said you did it. It's a possibility. So I don't even feel like we really excusing anybody's behavior, but we're so tired of people acting like Diddy isn't who he is that it's like we want y'all to focus on that. And when it comes to fucking Marlon pisses me off because Marlon tries to do a all lives matter type. We all have opinions at the end of it. No, nigga, you specifically said y'all trying to kick a man while he's down. And to me, in order for you to perceive this situation as somebody kicking Diddy while he's down, when he literally kicked the bitch while she was down on the ground a couple of times, it's very annoying and upsetting. And I'm always going to go back to Marlon being a fan of Kevin Samuels and him consistently kind of saying problematic things that makes me feel like you're really, really interested in your manhood. You're very, 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 very preoccupied with trying to prove your manhood to people in a certain capacity, which is why you pop on screen smoking a cigar, because when you were growing up in the 80s and shit, that looked like that was, a big man thing to do, but really it looked gay for you to be at that angle with your mouth on something that size like that, Marlon, just so you know. But yeah, Marlon been working on my nerves.
Yeah, you said your mouth on something that size. What?
Yeah, he was smoking that cigar. When
Girl.
The video, it was like,
yeah, I thought you was talking about something.
And as soon as I saw it, I was like, now why would you do this? Because you know what they say about you, Marlon. They've said, what they've said about you and your brothers. You know what they've said about you niggas for years. Like if y'all, and I don't believe about,
What did they say?
Oh, they say they're gay.
Oh, I only heard that about one.
Sean, yeah. But they also used to say it about Marlon, especially like when Marlon was younger, because people would be like, y'all think it's Sean, but it's really Marlon. Like I remember people saying shit like that back in the day. But also because they did white chicks, they did a lot of shit that two black men would be considered feminine shit. So, dressing up like women and all of that. Not that I agree with that, but I'm just saying, like, I've heard the rumors about them, like, the both of them, not just Sean. People are saying it, and I'm not saying it's true, but nigga, you have, you did tell us the reason why you never got married to anybody because you didn't want to upset your mama. Your mama was your only, woman, and you ain't, and that sounds like bullshit to me. That sounds like bullshit to me.
What can I want to say about Marlon? One, I'm glad 50 did the documentary. I mean, somebody was gonna have to do it. It just happened to be your enemy, and that's the thing that I think about with Marlon. Like, you just really don't like 50 for real. That's what must be what it's about. You really don't like that it's 50 that gets the opportunity to kind of do a ha 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 in your face type of thing to Diddy. Like, nobody cares about this man being kicked when he was put down. And even before we even learned about him kicking Cassie on the ground, he was kicking a whole lot of bunch more people the way he wasn't paying their ass. Like, you can't be out here running amok and think that your time not gonna come for you. Like, it's just what it is. And in addition, I understand Torrey, and I appreciate his opinion because he was there. I think they could have probably had him in a documentary. I don't know if he's been in one or not to get his perspective. But that one clip, I feel like people, when y'all don't want to believe something, y'all will find that one little thing to validate the rest of your thought process or perspective or whatever. And it's like, it was so much more that was covered. Like, okay, because I feel like people would think about it like, oh, well, you know, because he said this and it really was about that, I have to question the whole thing. And the reason I'm really saying this is because I listened to a random guy on YouTube. I wanted to get his thoughts. I just clicked on a video, and it was something about Diddy making Biggie known people pay for the funeral or something like that. And then the speaker, I guess the estate manager or whatever, came out and said, well, that's not the case. We didn't pay for it, whatever it was. But it was something with the play on words that the man gave when he called into Breakfast Club, because it still left me with the thought process of, yeah, that's because they shaved it off the top, stupid, before y'all probably got y'all stuff.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
I don't know what that's. And because of that moment, he just wanted to, he was on that. To me, I can't remember exactly everything Teray said, but how I think people would take what Teray said based on what this man is saying. He used that one moment to try to invalidate a lot of stuff that happened. And I'm like, y'all, like, you do know that a lot of people had already been talking, and a lot of people's stories are the same about this man, right? Even Kalina with her dumb ass, she even sat up there when she tried to downplay Dawn and Diddy and all this and that. She even kind of said that they had some type of relationship or something, and then tried to turn around and make it seem like Dawn was misunderstanding. No, bitch, you was misunderstanding.
Yes.
You sat up here, let this man play you. You know your children got a pot to piss in, and you still sit up here on the phone with this man telling him, I love you. Is you cool?
He not.
And then on top of that, y'all, this is this man's own footage. Obviously, he must not have paid the damn videographer, which is how 50 about got a hold of the stuff anyway.
Now they got a new story for that.
How he was pacing around and then gonna tell Justin, and then Justin was in the room like, Justin, baby, Justin, is you cool? Y'all cannot pay me. I do not care what y'all talking about. Ain't nobody gonna pay me to believe that that's his child, because I feel like his children, he don't put them completely in that same situation. Doesn't mean they haven't experienced their own stuff, because the man did say in a documentary, even if they have an issue with their daddy, they can't really say it, right? So they probably got their own stuff, but I think it's a limit to where he will introduce them to things versus adjusting.
Did y'all see that clip of him and his daughter? The one that girl, what's her name? Chance, yes.
I saw that one.
Chance, that's the one that's not the
twin,
twin, right?
Like in her face a little bit and stuff, and she was kind of like looking a little uncomfortable.
I'm about to
What y'all talking about?
It's an old video that I saw. I think she had graduated, or it was like her little prom dance or something like that. She was gonna go to.
You can see
It's a different one.
Yeah.
This.
It's Sean Diddy Combs with his.
I've seen this one too.
Chance Combs, Mr. Combs. Is this not the perfect father-daughter date night?
I'm speechless. I am speechless. You look so beautiful. So beautiful. She's a future actress.
To me, he was trying to clean it up. But
A-list presenters, it's Sean Diddy Combs with his stunningly beautiful daughter, Chance.
Like, yo, what the fuck is that?
Can you zoom in?
Yes. Let me see if I could.
Did you know?
A-list presenters, Mr. Combs. A-list presenter.
Let me see. Because y'all know giving you a hard time when you're trying to zoom in. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, see, it's not.
Further up, yeah.
But I could put the link and then you could put it up yourself.
What?
Yeah, but this is why we need to switch to eCam.
It's Sean Diddy.
But yeah,
Combs with his stunningly beautiful daughter, Chance Combs. Mr. Combs, is this not the perfect father-daughter date night?
I'm speechless. I am speechless. Baby, you look so beautiful. So beautiful. She's a future actress. Her name is Chance Combs. Chance, you tell her.
Yes, I'm an aspiring actress, and it's my first time at the Oscars, so I'm really excited to be here. Yeah.
Incredible, incredible. Any dream folks that you want to work with as an actress?
Probably Zendaya is one of my biggest inspirations and someone that I really want to work with in the future.
Amazing.
Okay.
Who's her mom?
Huh?
Who's her mom?
That's it. That's exactly what I'm about to go into. That's why I want her off the screen, because it's the fact that this probably could have been Tupac's child, but we got to sit up here and deal with the fact that because her mom is her name Sarah
Yes.
Sarah Chapman. Okay, she used to date Tupac back in the day. Like
pictures of them.
before Diddy and her ever, like they were really just cool. Her and Diddy were just friends. But keep in mind, this to me confirms the whole he likes to go around his enemies' back and date their side chicks or their women and stuff. And then after Tupac, passed on, then you want to entertain the woman. Y'all have a child, and here we are.
And low key, the way I feel like they were trying to make it seem like it was never a relationship. Like, so did she have sex with him voluntarily, or did she just wake up one day and they had sex?
Yeah,
that seems to be a theme.
And
it
could have been I want to have a child. We'll have a baby by a millionaire. Have a baby by me.
Baby by me, baby.
Be a millionaire. 50. Okay, listen. I feel like if all of the niggas are so upset about 50, then they should make a documentary about 50.
That's what they say Ja Rule trying to do.
Do it,
Ja Rule.
Do it. Yes, I love.
They've been beefing since forever.
I love when villains fight. Please go ahead, weigh each other out. But Marlon, stop, Marlon. Because to me, 50 wasn't even responding to Marlon after a while. Marlon was just posting shit on his page in a way that was making everybody feel uncomfortable. I think people was in the comments like, Marlon, stop, bro. Like, just stop. It was weird. Diddy don't none of them fucking at first, to be clear. Somebody said that he wasn't claiming Chance at first, though. And I'm like, he don't never, like, they said Misa was living in a fucking car, but now she's on the internet trying to defend, I ain't trying to talk about Sean. Well, we ain't trying to talk to you.
And the reason now I have a completely different thought. Like, I just feel like the reason she don't discuss him is because whatever she says can be held and used against her when it comes to her child.
Yep.
That's why she don't say nothing else. Like, let me show a united front. That's crazy as hell. But she don't. She know that she went off. We saw your true feelings already.
Yeah.
When you went off about him having your son involved in such.
But it's been
like about the DUI.
Yes. But it's been like that though, and that's the thing I was thinking about. I was like, sometimes I like to give it like the introspective, zoom out on your timeline type of situation. And I feel like when they talk about there being a moment where Misa was living in her car with Justin, there's literally a moment where you can go and get it out the mud on your own without ever asking him for shit. Like literally you could take your baby and move across the fucking country and you could have made it because of the shit you had already did. You know what I'm saying? Like you already had the gifts, you could have done it on your own without him. But because you felt like you needed him or it was better to have him, even though he didn't give a fuck about you, you go back and beg for him to take care of the child. He take care of the child, but now he has access to the child in a way that completely corrupts him. I'm just like, I think you blame yourself for that. So now it's like, oh, let me protect my son. But that's not the right response neither, because your son is a 30-year-old man that is engaging in things that are probably illegal. And, like it is what it is at this point, bitch. Like your time to like do something was before. Now, Justin is 30. Yeah. And if Justin gets accused of doing something, it's because Justin was groomed and influenced by his father. And, here we are. So, but I'm tired of y'all feeling like trying to save them from the consequences of their actions is the right response, when obviously it is not.
Let me show the clip from Torre real quick, just to show what I was talking about. He got a couple clips talking about the documentary, but let me just play this one.
Quad Studios thing? No, no, no. I will never defend Puff, but I will defend the truth. I see a lot of y'all saying, well, Puff was at Quad when Pac got blanked. So nothing. I was covering Pac's trial. I was seeing him every single day through that situation when that Quad situation happened. Follow me now. Jimmy Henchman, who is currently incarcerated, is a criminal who is operating in the music business. When the Quad Studios thing happened, Jimmy Henchman was managing Little Sean. Little Sean is a rapper who was on Uptown. Jimmy Henchman called Pac repeatedly and said, come to the studio tonight and do a song with Little Sean. I'll give you 7,000. And Pac needed the money because the shows were not happening, because he's on trial for grape. He's paying the lawyers all this money. Yes, Big and Puff were there because it's a studio. There's lots of people recording. As Pac entered the building to go see Little Sean, 3 men jumped out and with hammers and said, everybody get on the ground, because Pac was with other people. Pac refused. The other people got on the ground, but Pac, badass, refused to get on the ground. So they put 5 bullets in him. The man who pulled the trigger was a street dude named Dexter Isaac. He has admitted doing this. He was hired by Jimmy Henchman, who has admitted doing this. Henchman was managing Little Sean and specifically told Pac to go to the studio so that this would happen. And Pac knew this. On Against All Odds, he told you what it was. Promise to pay back. Jimmy Henchman, in due time. I know you bitch niggas is listening. The world is mine. Set me up. Wet me up. Niggas stuck me up. I understand that 50 wants to come in and incept y'all with a new... No. This is what happened. 50 got you.
All right. So, that's that. He don't agree with the way that the story's being told. It's even a comment that says 50 Cent got everybody, the young folks and people born in 2001 and after, running with all kinds of inaccurate information. Well, all right, y'all. Let's get to the next segment. So, if y'all know me, one thing I always tell y'all is you can't never trust nobody who eyebrows don't look real, because the thing about it is like,
oh, hold on, folks, hold on, please. I'm so sorry.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Somebody said Diddy paid Justin's way into UCLA, heart, and then turned around, took a fucking damn weight and threw it at the coach head. Paid the boy way to get into UCLA, didn't he?
Yeah.
And then turned around, grabbed a weight and threw it at the coach's head.
Yeah, I remember that.
That's all I wanted to say. Okay, I'm sorry.
Sorry. What did what Kanye say in his song? He said, I bust the coach's head on some Diddy shit if you ever talk to my son like an idiot. 30 hours. I'm telling y'all, that's the problematic artist I got in my phone. Yeah. Okay. And so back to the eyebrows. I always tell y'all, if somebody is doing something with their eyebrows that just, okay, number one, I would have to say, damn, I don't know how I would rank series of eyebrows. For me, I feel like the craziest bitches, they have the hook eyebrows. And you know what I mean? Where it's like a bulb at the end, but then it's real skinny and their eyebrows kind of go like this. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
I think that's top tier crazy. Like, just stay away from people like that at all costs. And then number 2, I would say, are the people who just have overplucked and they just have a single line. A single line, I would say that's next level. Unless it's like, you're an artsy chick and that's the look you going for. But it's all about execution. So anyway, I say that because I noticed not too long ago, Tyra Banks' eyebrows were starting to look like a hook.
Ooh.
Her makeup wasn't looking right. And immediately, it wasn't that I couldn't trust her. It was that I was like, oh my gosh, she's struggling with some mental health struggles. Because it's 2 things. 1, you can't trust them. Or 2, it's a level of delusion, and it starts with the makeup. Because if you leave the house and you think that your makeup look good, you're living in a world of delusion that we ain't on the same.
We
We ain't from the same place, the world. So let me share this clip of Tyra, and she came out with a video. It's so weird, y'all, because this ain't the first time I seen her looking crazy. It's another picture of her where she was looking crazy months ago, and then she comes back into the media looking normal. She even put out a photo shoot after. Now she was looking like she was missing some marbles, and then she came back to the media like everything was together. So let me share this clip, and this is just truly mental health. All right.
I don't want to do it.
Get ready.
I seen it. It's just this bad. It's so bad.
What he did. We're about to get to the end of this. You know when Santa Claus tells you that he gonna come down your chimney and he wants you to leave some cookies and cream on that thing for him to eat. Do you know what he doing? Child, he ain't biting that cookie. He ain't sipping that cream. He taking a bowl from your cabinet, from your joinery, y'all call it, and he putting it on the thing. He putting a little bit of cookie. He putting a little bit of that milk, and he mixing it up, and he put it in your freezer. And he trying to make it taste like Santa Smiles, and it tastes like Santa shit. I had magic. And I started saying, "Ooh, they flying, make it rain deal, make it rain deal." And he said, "Now she got magic with the deals. I'm back on dancer." And he got fighting in the fight and dreams. Make it rain deal. And Santa Claus, jealous, he just kept going. He said, "Now she got magic with the deals." Jumped for years. And let me tell you what he did.
The white man at the bottom is me.
Tyra, that was Santa Smiles. I'm Tyra. She's Santa Smiles, yellow hair, don't care, crazy, diva from the South Pole with a Southern accent. Definitely not. You know what? I think she's actually going to be here at the Smiles and Dreams shop tonight. We have a party, this big party. She's going from Sydney to New York to bring my hot ice cream to New York. I can't believe it because she hates me. She hates that I haven't been in hot ice cream. But she's going to do me a solid, and she's going to take it from Sydney to New York, and she's doing a big party tonight. And it's like free ice cream, and I think she said something like, I don't know if it's just crazy, but party tonight, 8 o'clock here. She'll be here. I won't. By the way, anything she says about me is a lie. She's crazy. If you don't hear it from my mouth, it's not true.
To the Tyra team. Confirm that because halfway through her set, I'm like, this has to be an act.
Oh, really? I definitely thought it was a mental health episode.
It just none of it was making sense.
I think it's a little bit of both. I think she thought of it as something that would be entertaining, but it's because something's not right about her. It's low-key giving what's it called? Dissociative personality disorder. Y'all, I saw a girl talk about it today. It's somebody I follow, and I knew something wasn't right about she a black girl on Debate Talk, but I knew something wasn't right about her because of the way she lay her wig. So, and she'll do it on camera sometimes. So the way she would lay the wig, y'all know how like you have the hair combed back so it looked like it's your real hair, where like all her like wigs have her hair like kind of combed back and frozen in that way. So it's not soft. It's like frozen going back. And I was like, that look crazy, but I'm gonna leave her alone. And then she started talking about her dissociative personality disorder. And she made a video today talking about what it's like for her. And she's like sitting there on the computer and she's having like regular thoughts. And then there's some crazy white boy that just starts talking to her. And she's screaming to the crazy white boy in her mind to shut the fuck up. But he just keeps saying stuff. And so I'm like, oh my God, I wonder if Tyra has whoever that is in her mind and decided to like invite it out to everybody. You know what I mean?
That's possible.
Like, why are you talking like a slave in front of these white people?
Like,
That pissed me off, bitch.
But also, like, I don't know what Tyra has been through in her life, but Tyra feel like she was one of them people that got trafficked and, we just don't know about it. Because, like, y'all know what they say about Naomi.
No.
Child, they say Naomi is like a, allegedly like a Jelaine Maxwell type.
What?
That's
Like,
crazy. Never heard that.
models. Yeah, for the models. Like, she became, kind of like because a lot of young models look up to her. And so she's like in between. I believe she had something something that happened with a young content creator or a model or something. But the black girl came out and said, Naomi did some weird shit. And I just remember back in the day, Naomi and Tyra like beefing the way they did, and then Tyra kind of wanting to be cool with Naomi, and Naomi pretending like she wanted to be cool with Tyra, but not really. So when people be like that, like, and then we find out that she has all of these connections to these weird ass people, like, Naomi is definitely on like the Epstein flight list and shit. Like, she's in that crew, and I be, just be wondering, girl. I feel like what you did. Like what you did. But Tyra felt like something happened to Tyra, and Tyra just be, having issues in front of everybody. But Naomi be giving perpetrator. Oh, and then think about how she ain't got no edges under them wigs. Ain't right. Something ain't right.
I actually found the clip of when I first realized something wasn't right with her. Let me share it. And to be honest with y'all, her eyebrows could have been worse, but it was the eyeshadow. Y'all see the eyeshadow? Y'all see the blush?
Yes.
The blush standing out more than anything.
I immediately
it's too
knew there was something wrong with her mental.
Yeah,
There's nothing blended
Yeah.
in those eyelids.
And you too good at this in order for you to come to us looking like this. Like this is your thing. What you mean?
Is she? Or was she
good at makeup?
On her makeup?
I would assume she was good at makeup after all of them years of modeling.
I mean, she would have been better just to come to us without it. Like, what scares me is that I feel like she stood in front of the mirror and she did her eyeshadow with her fingers. She went like this. Yeah, I think we need to give our thoughts and prayers. Damn, somebody said that's a good point. Is it menopause? I need to learn more about menopause because what the fuck can I do today? What is going on? Everybody's blaming everything on menopause.
Well, because I'm just now finding out they didn't do a lot of research on menopause, y'all. You know how all this time you would think doctors would be and scientists would be, doing studies on women's bodies and minds during menopause. They don't. So nobody had done any real studies until like recently on menopause and what it does to your brain and the brain fog and, the hormone changes and the heat, the hot flashes. Girl, I just saw Leslie Jones up there having Whoopi Goldberg wiping her sweat because she had a hot flash and just started like dripping with sweat right there on the View, girl. And most of her sweat was in wiping the sweat off. So I would suggest cause there's a book. There's an Asian lady that be talking about it and the science that they've now found and the shit that she's found out is like actually helpful. But that's the reason why a lot of people don't know. Like a lot of people think it should be over at a certain time. And no, it can actually last for a long time. Like people used to think it would just happen and be over. And it's like, yeah, no, it still kind of persists and be happening for a minute for some women. It's a lot. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's what Dr. Jackie blamed her issue on last week.
Oh. And that's not what it is. Dr. Jackie is just not a nice person. For lack of a better, you know what? Not a kind person. I'll say that. She might be nice. She's not kind.
I don't think she's nice. You know what? Actually, that gives us a good segue. Jamie, did you have any thoughts on Tyra?
Not really.
Okay. All right. I think that this is the perfect segue for us to jump into some TV talk. All right, y'all, let's get into Married to Medicine. So, y'all, I watched the episode right before we came on and I was crying about Toya's dog. I was crying so hard because I was thinking about Herc. I was thinking about my dog. Because I remember saying, like, shoot, when he do pass, I'm gonna have to give him a funeral. I'm gonna have to do this. Life said otherwise. Shit was crazy. But that was so sad at the funeral. So yeah, I just wanted to touch on that. I was boo-hoo crying. And then the fact that it was also crazy because like whenever they said to Toya, is there anything that we can do for you? And she said, do you have tequila? Literally, y'all, the same thing happened to me. So I was in Houston with my friends and I had found out about her and fell out screaming, crying. And then I went to my room and they were like, okay, well, if you just want to stay in tonight, I'm about to order some food. I said, girl, what? I said, this ain't what he would want. Let's go. Like, we going out. We going out. And we went out and we drank and we had a good time. I said, where is the tequila? So that was healing for me. A couple other things that happened in that episode is can we talk about Heavenly and Dr. Damon in the kitchen? And
Absolutely.
thank you. I'm trying not to be insensitive,
Please
but
be insensitive.
the way that Heavenly was talking, oh, I miss him so much, Daddy. Talking like a broken baby bird was honestly about to piss me the fuck off because the way that Heavenly talks to the women on the show, I'm positive that she talks to her kids with the same aggression. And I'm sure the reason why your husband felt like he had to help his son keep a secret from you is because of how you operate in the household. Then you're going to ask that stupid ass question, did I do something, Daddy? Was it me? What do you think? Why would your spouse feel the need to keep that secret from the wife unless he could see where the son was coming from as to why he didn't want to tell you shit? And what did he even get arrested for? Do y'all know?
Yeah.
He was running towards trying to run over a police officer at the school. School police
right?
officer. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
He was trying to run over a police officer?
Yeah.
It was definitely assault on a police officer charge that Damon made go away.
Anyway, I was annoyed with the Broken Baby Bird act. I'm sure she cussed him out, told him he was a failure, all types of shit, and now you ain't talked to him for months. But part of me was wondering, like, have you reached out to him? Or is she one of the parents that's like, I'm not gonna apologize? I don't know. It's just so many questions that I had around the I ain't seen him in months. Can you make him come home? What y'all
Go ahead, Jamie.
I think Heavenly just be full of shit. Like, why are you over here talking to this man like this? Like, he don't know all the voices that you got. Like, why are you talking to him soft? Like, use your regular voice talking to your husband. Because it's not going to change the fact that you know you did too damn much when you went off on your child. Because I really feel like Heavenly went off on her kid because they embarrassed her. Not because of what they did, but you embarrassed me in front of everybody. And now I got to address it. I talk so much shit about other people all on my cast, and now you giving people stuff to talk about with me. That's why I think she cussed them out. I do think that Heavenly knew. I feel like she knew. Damon was like, I already told you. Maybe now was she listening? Maybe not. Damon really didn't make anything go away like Heavenly thought. Because I mean, what made things go away was the fact that he had no criminal record, which is why he got that deferred situation going on, the probation. But I don't really fault her for his grown ass decisions, though. If she did feel embarrassed, like that's a grown ass kid, like that's a grown ass man, really. And that's what he chose to do. So I'm not gonna fault you for that. But if they bring it up, I mean, it's something to discuss because I do feel like if it was somebody else's child, it would be brought up. You know, now how long y'all want to stay on it is gonna be dependent upon, I guess, how she react to it. Like, yeah, something happened, whatever, let's move on. Depends, but
for me, I think that you brought up a really good point when you said that she probably talks to the kids terribly. And, you know, I feel like one of the reasons why you have angry children or you have boys that hate their moms is because y'all talk to them crazy. Like you talk to them like shit. You beat down on them verbally, right? there's a way to hold people accountable without verbally assaulting them. And I feel like the way people act with their children sometimes when they don't have a filter with nobody else, like the way Dr. Heavenly shows up in real life makes me feel like she would not really care about how she talked to her kids sometimes. And the only person she would care about who she talked to was Damon. And on some level, I wonder if that would piss her sons off, her kids off over time. You know what I mean? Like, why is it that whenever you talk to daddy, you talking like a fucking child, not his daddy and all of this, but when you talking to me, I'm your kid, and you talking to me like I'm a hoe off the street. So that would piss me off. Okay. Um, and I also would then look at, because to me, this is the other option, right? Because we do see that Dr. Damon is, a misogynist on some level based on shit that he said out of his mouth, which is why he stays quiet. And also, like, why the fuck she got to talk to you like she a baby? Like, why do you require that? What the fuck is that about? But more often than not, in this dynamic, he's an enabler and she's verbally abusive. That's what I would imagine, like, in this situation, based on what Niecy just said, which we don't know, right? We don't know.
I agree with you though.
Yeah.
Which hints her hard upbringing. It reminds me of relationships that I have seen where in the partnership is always one person that has to be an enabler because you got to feel bad for whatever upbringing they had, and this is why they are the way they are. So instead of making your mama change, let's just keep this secret from your mom because I know that she's going to act out in a way that she shouldn't.
Right.
But instead of holding her accountable, let's just keep the secret.
But that makes Toya's point even more prevalent. Like, if you can't handle finding out that your son went to jail without crashing the fuck out, how you gonna handle a whole bunch of constituents telling you don't know what the fuck you doing at a city council meeting? Like, or whatever, state representative, who knows? But you gotta do the moments where you sitting in front of them people, town halls and shit. And they asking questions and they saying shit you don't like and they bringing up stuff they saw on a reality show. Will you be able to keep your cool? Or you gonna say your mama?
I think she might.
She might.
Because I feel like Heavenly can, in my opinion, treat other people better than her own family. In my personal. So if it's time to put on an act or something like that for the people, I think she will. I think she will do it for people that don't know her. How long she'll be able to keep it up?
So you mean to tell me you do all of that hemming and hawing and soft voice shit on camera because behind the scenes you verbally abusing that man? Is that the case? Because if I'm
possibly,
listen,
let me add to that too, because my thing is she will be seeking the acceptance of those people. She don't really, in her head, to me, she don't need the acceptance of her husband and the people in her house or the folks of the show. She gonna do what she want to do. But as far as the other people out there on the outside looking in, she needs that. She gonna need that acceptance, that gratification of doing for others and all of that to make her feel even more important, because all of that is probably linked back to her childhood too.
Yeah. And I be wondering about that daddy, because like, why again are you calling Damon daddy? Because like I'm gonna just say right now, like that daddy, and like just automatically all of that soft talking shit. Like, it's one thing to soft talk somebody when y'all are on good terms or y'all are being sweet to each other. Like, that's one thing. But you're trying to hold him accountable for lying to you and keeping something from you for 2 years, which, like she said, well, what else can you be hiding? Again, infamil.
And see, that's the other part with how she was talking to Damon. I feel like she also was trying to show people, like, see, I didn't even know about this. I didn't even know what was going on. I feel like that's her way of trying to disassociate herself from the situation a little bit. Like, I didn't know.
The I miss him so much, Daddy, made me want to throw up. Like,
do you think it's me? Did I do something, Daddy?
Was it something I did, Dad? Like,
can you tell him to call his mama Daddy? And Damon was like, I talked to him. You don't talk to him.
I'm being so for real. If I was her kid and I watched that scene, that would make me not want to fuck with her even more. Because you're on the show and I don't know what the fuck happened, But based on this scene, if y'all had some words and you said some things that wasn't so nice and he decided to stop talking to you for months, and then you get in front of the camera and play crazy and dumb and talk in a real soft tone, that shit would piss me off. I
Yes.
couldn't fuck with you. I would have to stand in no contact because you still haven't learned. You still putting on.
Yeah, because how you gonna bully me and then talk like that to this nigga? Like that's mad weird. That would piss me off. And I was just talking to my friend about this, about how as like when teenagers get older, like you know how a lot of times people just be like, oh, that's just how teenagers are. But I'm starting to feel like I think a lot of teenagers are experiencing the recognition of their parents being hypocrites, right?
Mhm.
Because when you're younger, you believe everything your parents say. But as you're becoming a teenager, you're becoming aware of how they don't follow their own rules, how they have higher expectations for you than they have for themselves. And that starts to piss you off. So now you angry at them because, you know, your hormones are heightened. But still, like I imagine if kids didn't have to go through like that, they maybe would handle their emotions a little bit better if they don't have to deal with this, you know, you lying all the time type of shit that's
Mhm.
pissing me off. Like,
Mhm.
you know?
Yeah. So on that, y'all, I love Toya. I love everything about Toya. I always do. I don't understand why people be trying to hate. Love it. I ain't mad at the conversation she had with Heavenly at all because they should be able to talk about this just as you've talked about other things. And if I'm being all the way real, I don't think Heavenly really got no tea on Toya. And if she do, it's financial. What does that have to do with anything?
I believe that
Like,
too.
who
When she
cares?
said that shit, every time somebody threatened to spray, I'd be like, bitch, if you're not gonna spray, please stop. Please stop threatening. Like, don't nobody
Do you want me to bring the receipts, baby?
listen.
I don't think Heavenly had anything
Bring
either.
them.
I don't think Toya talks to her for her to have anything.
Right.
No, it's nothing. But Toya proved a good point. If you're not gonna, like Bondi said earlier, if you can't handle this, then how are you gonna be able to handle it? Like Heavenly turned all the way up, went straight to bitch. Like she went so hard, and I'm like, you supposed to be keeping it cute because you running for Senate. But even the mere mention of your child getting arrested, you can't handle when you were supposed to have a PR ass answer before you came up there, and you should have just let that sweat roll off your motherfucking back, but you couldn't do it. So I think that could Heavenly perform the job? Sure. And a lot of people like to bring up the fact that, oh, well, we have other people in office who are being honest. And I was one of those people. I'm people. Donald Trump got elected, so why can't Heavenly? Heavenly's a black female. That's why. Heavenly is a. You said what?
I said go and elect her because that's what Eugene was trying to say. If she get elected, her ass won't be on this show. So go vote for her.
Go vote for it. But the other thing is, women can't be emotional in leadership roles like that. So while it's working for our president, it ain't gonna work for Heavenly to be emotional like that in a role of leadership. Not to say that I think that way, but society thinks that way.
Yeah, no, they're gonna tear her ass up.
Absolutely.
So yeah,
Toya went wrong.
No, she
Toya was
wasn't.
damn right. She ate Heavenly ass up. Heavenly really could not take it, but it was the truth though.
It was. And you've been calling that lady stupid the whole time she been on this show. So if one of the like to me, if you can't not see one of these women like her as stupid, that means you might not respect your constituents because they like Toya. They just be at home all day. So now you feel like they're not deserving of your respect because they don't do the shit that you do. Like even with Dr. Jackie, y'all. Dr. Jackie obviously shouldn't be an OBGYN. Like Dr. Jackie, go do something else. But like these very, very intimate serious moments in women's lives, I think it's weird that you think you should be that person. And I'm low-key wondering what happened to you in childhood that made you want to be an OBGYN because you have terrible bedside manner. And it feels like you don't like women and you don't like women's bodies. Like
probably had to do with money. And it might
I feel differently. I feel like she envies their bodies at times.
That too.
That's what I think. I mean, maybe it might be that she don't like them, but I feel like overall, like a lot of women that she's seeing, majority of them were able to have children. And that's something that she did not get to do. So I think that part may envy her. And then it may even make her envy them when some of these people that are bigger are healthier, right?
Yeah.
Whereas she put her body through a lot just to be slimmer because of her genetics or whatever. I think she'd be envious, honestly.
Yeah, definitely. I could feel that, but that's why I said she don't like you bitches, because she's envious of you. She don't like you hoes, okay? You walking in here all thick and shit, and Curtis is gonna be looking at your ass, and that's the type of woman he like. Like I
Curtis
could
gonna be looking at you. You carrying the weight in the right places that I can't carry.
Oh, and somebody made a really great point, and it's not the same, but it does make me think about Dr. Jackie. They was like, white men become police officers for the same reason that white women become nurses. And like, so that they could police, or you know what I'm saying, so that they could police the hospital system like that. And that's like, that's people be in very vulnerable situations. So it made me think about Dr. Jackie and how you say you care about like Black women's mortality rates, but you literally have a mindset that they cry wolf. So it makes me feel like, did you get into this field so that you can cause harm while pretending like that's not what you're doing? Because that's what it reminds me of. And I don't like how that feels, but literally every time we see her, she continues to do shit like this. And because nobody on that cast calls her out, like at that reunion when y'all let her cry and Heavenly didn't want to answer my questions about why y'all let her cry like that and act like she did something, like somebody did something to her and not the other way around. Them not holding her accountable for real is the reason why she continues to get away with this shit.
Yeah. Taurus moon, y'all reading too much into it. I think Dr. Jackie is experiencing burnout. That is all. Well, I feel like she not necessarily. I mean, maybe that's a little bit of it, but I don't think that's Dr. Burnout when you walk up and ask somebody about their thyroid. When she apologized, she even said when she did, it was an interview she did when they did the whole Married to Medicine watch party. And she was like, I'm in doctor mode all the time. That's all it was. I stay in doctor mode. So I'm like, is it burnout? Because she loves, she enjoy what she do.
I mean, she did tell Buffy. She told Buffy, well, you're infertile, Buffy, And I mean, I've heard many stories. Literally, I think, did I send y'all the video today on the lady that was talking about her experience with Dr. Jackie? I also know people that have personally
maybe you didn't send it. Maybe you just reposted it. But I seen it. I seen you repost it.
Okay, I thought
okay.
But yeah.
The Jackie, I don't think is experiencing burnout, but I think that Jackie is doing what a lot of doctors do, where once you see so many patients, you lose the human aspect of it. And also coupled with her own personal biases when it comes to these women's bodies and her husband being a cheater and, maybe in some sort of way feeling like let me say this before I forget. Anybody that act that way, anybody that don't have kids, and it's no shade about, oh, if you don't have kids, you're a bad person. But if you don't have kids and you don't fucking like animals at all, you have no care about you in your body to like, it's just weird to me how you could just not like animals. Like there's not a nurturing bone in your body, but you want to call yourself a doctor. It don't make no sense. So anyway, I think she should be a fucking professor.
Unless you like being a doctor because you love those moments to make those women feel bad about their bodies. Because she consistently does that. The lady that I heard today, she said every time I went to that lady, she was telling me I needed to lose weight. Every single time she saw me. And we've seen it on camera because they've shown us her like, having conversations with women about they weight and all of that. And it's like, bitch, she pregnant. Can you I get it, gestational diabetes and all of that. Please don't misunderstand me. But sometimes it feels like, bitch, she's just pregnant. Can you stop? Like, she's obsessed. And I feel like she has an eating disorder. So there's that.
Yeah, something.
And Tessa, what the fuck is...
Can we get to these fucking husbands? Can we get to the husbands?
Please.
I love that Eugene.
I love Eugene.
Yeah,
that's a Black king right there. That's a husband right there.
Don't make us regret it, Dr. Eugene, but we love you.
Okay. He said, I am not about to disagree with my wife about some shit that she said that was factual. She didn't lie. You do like to have your hands on other people. She did not lie.
Yeah.
And the thing was, they wanted him to stand in brotherhood of we have to disagree with our wives in order to keep the brotherhood right. Are y'all crazy?
Child.
That's who he has a
He
home
should
with.
have a problem with you. He should have a problem with you for doing that shit. So he damn sure should not like align with you and telling his wife to shut up about it. Like,
Yeah. One thing I love when he said, "Oh, I can't relate."
right? Because my wife ain't lied about nothing. So,
Okay.
okay,
I said,
maybe
you better go ahead.
women might know about that, but my I don't know anything about that. My wife didn't lie on anybody, nigga. I
So
love
he's gonna be so proud when she said. I wonder what her reaction was. I know she was so proud of him to see how he stood up
I
against.
probably would have cried. I probably would have
Poor
broken
buddy.
down right quick. Like,
That's what she did. That's what she did.
I just knew I made a good decision. Like I just knew. You know?
Missy said she going straight to the slide on my.
Listen, whatever you like. Now we turn into Dr. Heaven. Whatever you like. Okay. Not calling
No.
a nigga daddy, though. I'm not calling a nigga daddy. I had a daddy. He raised me. I don't need to call no other nigga daddy. That's weird. But yeah. No, I love the way he handled that shit. And I also was like, I wish they knew they couldn't really press him because it's like, if y'all gonna press me, I know y'all gonna talk to Damon because his wife do way more than mine does.
Ooh, and that's so real because when nobody trying to have that conversation last year.
Exactly.
So I loved how he was like, yeah, on a lighter note, I was like, Eugene, you better show out, baby. Eugene done slimmed down on his weight and he ready for the people.
I'm here for it.
I like it. I like him in Toya though.
Love it. Love it. Love it. Quad and Simone.
Just fuck. Just bump cats. Real. Like just have a good time and just get it out and get it over with, girl. Cause I don't know what we're still arguing and crying about. Cause they either touching each other's asses or all in each other's faces. Or you know what I mean? Like they just always doing a lot. They always this close. It's too much.
I like Simone a lot, but I just need her to stop damn yelling. Like I just feel like you don't even yell at your sons like that. And you had to go over there and clean that. I feel like, baby, if you yell at that, it's like they'd have been to clean that townhouse up.
Did you see next episode? She about to. Did you see that?
No,
he said, you ain't taking care of me. You're like, why you can't do it? Them white kids be paying for their kids forever. Yeah, he said that shit to his mama. I was like, boy, did your black ass really just say to your black ass mama? That
Y'all know how they do videos on TikTok? It's like the blinking, like something happened and the person to be like, you okay? And it's like the blinking, like the camera literally would have been blinking, looking up at Simone, her son on the floor. Because is you cool? Who you talking to? You pay any bills?
He said it's so hard too, Jamie.
Anything.
He said it's so hard. The white kids' parents do. And then Cardi, what's her name? What's his name?
Cecil.
Cecil. Cecil sitting over there talking about. And she said, Cecil, you're not defending me. Of course not. We all living off your bag. You supposed to keep providing.
Oh, wow. I got to see this scene.
Yeah.
But yeah, with her and Quad, though, it's just like, come on, y'all. Because I was even with Quad, what is your issue? And I kind of had the sense of this, that she felt like she was left out. I think that Simone maybe estimated her position in Quad's life and thought when Quad kind of did away with some of the people, she wouldn't do away with her. And sometimes when you feel slighted, like you just need a break from everybody. And sometimes it ain't even about you. Like that person just trying to get their stuff together. And I think that Simone just took it more to heart. And I think it was just stuff that they did to each other, like back and forth. You know, even if somebody meant it to be fun shade, you know, you don't really get to determine how a person react or feel about that. And they just was going back and forth. But I feel like it's going to happen again. I'm hoping it doesn't because I'm tired.
I'm exhausted with them too. Simone be screaming and hollering, like putting on a show for everybody. But I'm not gonna lie. When Kwai said on that last episode, she said, I'm ready for the dragon if you're interested. Whatever she said, that was just like that. I was dying
for the dragon right now.
If you're interested, girl, I was dying. Do you hear
I
me?
love that too, because she was so chill about the shit too.
Yes.
Like,
Yes.
we can talk to her. I'm open for it.
The dragon if you're interested, girl. We can do it. I don't have a problem with that. But Simone does too much to me. Like, why automatically are you putting your fingers in her face? Like, you're just automatically, to me, Simone is always trying to dominate Quad in these moments. And I'm like, Why do you feel the need to do that with her? Like, that's weird.
Because she's not getting the attention that she wants from her. That's why she keeps showing out like that.
Quad, just fuck her. Just one good time. Quad. Like, you know, like, bitch, I'm honestly, it feels like you just really upset that you don't get to stick your fingers inside of Quad's coochie anymore. It's like that.
She lucky that Quad didn't slap the shit out of her, because Quad said, "Get your fingers out my face," and you gonna put your fingers closer. And then they end up crying at the end of the conversation, and I was like, "Oh, Quad is just as crazy as Simone."
Quad was the only one that apologized, and she is, but she was the only one that apologized.
No, we would have been fighting. Ain't no way we would have been crying at the end of that conversation. Y'all belong together.
Oh, I'm gonna tell you what she did. You know why Quad cried, right? Quad cried because they often make Quad the bad guy whenever she hypes up on them. So in order to not be the bad guy, I think she just started crying in order to be like, see, you're being mean to me. And then I feel like Simone started crying because she like, bitch, you're not about to cry and make it seem like I'm bullying you. So then she starts crying.
And that's what Toya said.
Yeah. That's what Toya said.
And Toya would be right. Toya's on it most of the time.
Okay.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see that with Quad crying like, damn, you know, like I did. Like, what did I do? It's like a school kid that's constantly in trouble or something like that.
All these emotions and shit. Like, girl, what else do you want from me? Fuck.
All right. So, y'all got any other Married to Medicine comments?
Not right now.
All right. So let's get into Potomac. Y'all, I'm really loving Potomac this season. When Giselle had went to the G-Wagon car lot to look for a new car, I was like, number one, I hope she buys it. But number two, bring back rich bitch shit. I want to see y'all booking venues, going to dealerships, shopping in department stores with your girls, test driving a G-Wagon. Bring back rich bitch shit to Housewives. So that's what they did at the beginning of the episode, and I thought it was super cute. And it was funny as hell because the car dealership guy was just quietly, awkwardly sitting in the back as they was talking about different stuff. It was funny. Anyway, so a couple things I wanted to talk about that happened this episode. First is Ashley breaking up with that boy. Really the only thing that stuck out to me is I think it's interesting that they had Wale, the black boy who she was dating on the Love Island Hotel or Love Hotel. She was dating him, but she felt like he wouldn't be a good match for her because he wasn't as experienced. Like he had never been married or had kids and stuff like that. And then, so she didn't want to date Wale. But then she spent a whole year with this white boy who was in the same boat as Wale. So I'm like, I find it interesting that you alter your standards for this white boy who you was with for a whole year. Then you bring him on the show only to call him broke, essentially. And it was funny because she said, you never take me on vacation. And he said, you act like I didn't ask you to go to Pittsburgh last week. I just hate that he embarrassed himself fucking around with Ashley. Like, it wasn't worth it.
Yeah. I felt like that scene. I agree with Ashley and Uncle Lump, though. I don't think that she should have been with him. For what she needs, what she wants. I don't think he was a good fit for her. But at the same time, Ashley, I'm tired of her bringing folks on this show to embarrass them. That's just how it feels to me. You brought your mama on the show about this 23-year relationship she been in. You brought this man on the show to talk about what he don't got. You knew all that he didn't have, and you still let him enter your box. And then now you draw the line. It's fine. You got to wake up at some point. You woke up, but you definitely sat there and embarrassed them talking about something. I mean, come on, babe. Come on. I mean, the money, like, come on, the finance. Like, oh, girl, you really tried to embarrass that man. Then you bring your sister on the show, got her crying about her daddy, and she ain't even no cast member. I said, I'm so tired. Ashley's storyline is embarrassment. Oh, she has been living to embarrass folks on this show since season 1. Like, that has always been her thing. And that's why I just can't take her.
I fast forwarded through her scenes, the scene with her sister. But I find it interesting. That this whole time Ashley has been calling her stepdaddy an alcoholic. But then when the sister spoke, the sister said, using the substances that he has chosen to use, which I think is a real interesting way to say alcohol.
But
If
did
it's
you
not just
also catch?
alcohol.
She
It ain't
said
just
something
alcohol.
about our parents or something. She said your parents, our parents. Some with an S that made me think Sheila is with that man because she on the same time that man is on too. She just happens to have a damn job. But you bring your mama on this show, somewhat embarrass her about that man, but you never bring up your mama other real issues, okay?
Yep.
Because she on that same type of time. She a drunk too, in my opinion, if you rocking with one that long. And whatever he doing, you doing, and y'all been doing it when y'all was under that bridge together and beyond.
Yeah, no, that's facts.
She will never let you forget that you was
It's
under a
100.
bridge with a nigga. The fuck? I wish the fuck I would be under a bridge with a nigga. I'd be under a bridge by myself. You can come to my tent, but we can't be in a tent together.
Together. Boy.
That Ashley Darby. She just need a little break. That's it. Just a little break.
I don't even pay attention to Ashley scenes. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Like I only watch Ashley in group scenes, and then I fast forward through her private scenes because she work on my nerves. So I didn't know nothing that happened between her and that boy until y'all just told me.
No, I just started, and when I tell y'all, I think this is a general consensus over on Twitter where everybody fast forwards through her scenes. That's
Yeah.
It's not just me. Oh, okay.
I saw the people in general were pissed that she got 2 full scenes in one episode. And I felt the same way. I was like, this is too much because she got the whole first 5 to 10 minutes with old boy. Then she got another 5 minutes with her and Sheila Jr. I'm like, come on now. Like we have enough.
It's enough. Sheila Jr.
She look just like her.
That's what the sister. Oh God.
She her mama daughter. She
Oh,
her
my
mama
God.
daughter for real.
God.
Okay. So next, y'all, I'm gonna save Monique and Giselle for the last part because she's pissed me off. Let's get to Stacey.
Okay.
Let's get to Stacey. So Ashley calling Stacey a lying ass hoe at her event, and Ashley puffing up her chest to Stacey was crazy. Like I would have wanted to knock her in her fucking chest talking to me like that at my event. That was crazy. The way that Ashley puffed up to Stacey, and Stacey was telling her no more hazing. Ashley said no more lies. What the fuck does it have to do with you about what has Stacey lied about?
I'm so confused about what she lied about because I missed that last season. All I know is y'all keep saying she lied about whether she was married or divorced, and then it came out and proved that she divorced him, and then they just got back together. And that happens all the time because Ashley, didn't you do that? I'm so confused.
I feel like Ashley's still hanging on to that lady approaching her about TJ and how she paid TJ to be on the show. I think that's some of what she may still be hung up on. And then the Chris situation saying that she called and told Chris whatever Monique said. But I feel like that stuff has been debunked. You know,
like her.
Why we keep doing this, Ashley?
I
Monique
think because
let it go. So have I, girl.
They're trying to make her out and they're trying to find a reason to prove why everyone should hate her. And they keep trying to take different angles and it's not landing. So they keep trying to get mad about nothing. Like what are y'all doing? Ashley wild as fuck. The way that Stacey said to Tia, get your ass out of my event, that's what you should have did to Ashley.
Yeah.
You should have been told Ashley.
Yeah, because Stacey cussed you out in front of your guests. I'm sorry. Ashley cussed you out in front of your guests.
She did.
Like she should have been escorted straight out. But we ain't get to Tia yet, but
yeah, go ahead.
She didn't kick Tia out. I'm sorry, she kicked Tia out because Tia wasn't wrong, really. And you didn't want her to tell that truth. So you wanted her to get out. I'm like, Stacey, I like you a lot, but girl, this is so performative and you are deflecting. And you're gonna kick this lady out, but Ashley gets to stay. I was like, so unfair.
You know what it's giving, right?
What?
Everybody acts like they're not affected by colorism, but they absolutely are.
I don't know if it's colorism. I think that it's seniority. So the same way that Stacey can identify that she's being hazed, she feel like Ashley got the pull to do it, but Tia don't.
Because there was something that happened where, her friend in the wedding and all of that. So we could tell that you'll throw somebody to the side if you feel like it's not as advantageous to you, like whoever is. But I still feel like, to me, the whole reason their whole hierarchical system is because Giselle is at the top, even though Giselle don't be doing shit. And Ashley right under her. And then everybody else fall. Even like Wendy follows in suit. Even like low key. To me, I know that Monique wants to come back to the show, but I still feel
Let's take it there.
like, girl.
Let's take it there. Bondi ushers in.
No, it's not that I don't feel like she should do the show. I feel like you shouldn't be trying to be Giselle's friend. I understand there's a level of being cordial that you have to do. And there needed to be a sit down. But I still feel like I need for you to still be like, I still don't trust that bitch. Like, I need you to have the energy that I'm not about to be kissing your ass, because that was the problem the last time. And then I didn't even watch the whole clip, but I heard a snippet of the way she responded about Candace. And I'm like, so we're still here.
I'm about to play it. I'm about to play it. Let's take it.
I be trying to see. I be hoping that healing is there. It is difficult, but I be trying to, give her a little bit of the benefit of the doubt, just a little piece. It has been difficult.
I'm not fucking with her at all. I'm sorry. I feel like Monique is a nice person. The way that she moves, I cannot fuck with. This is so triggering to me because it's taking me back to season 5. And it feels, let me be completely honest with y'all. She gives Portia. She gives Portia. Yes, and let me explain why. Portia, I told y'all, she be coming to us with the pixie cut when she get ready to be on bullshit. She want to be healed and all this other shit. Monique, after you then dragged Candace, you came to us with the fucking essential oils in the locks. In the locks.
My God, today.
I'm natural. I'm healed. I've moved on from that. I'm no longer Monique with the bundles. I'm Monique with the locks now. I've withered myself down to the bones and bloomed a brand new flower, and now I'm peaceful. I think that healing is there and that healing has happened in some way, but you still know. You had a husband. So I think that healing is there and it's happened in some way, but you're still not moving in your best interest. If you was moving in your best interest, you would clock the shit that Giselle was on in season 5. And let's be honest. Y'all bitches be online. Y'all know what we were saying. The way that all 3 of us and everybody else had literally given dissertations on what the fuck happened in season 5, bitch, you not gonna tell me that you gonna come to a sit down with Giselle and say, why is I even mad at her? Do you want me to refer you to my videos? Because it was things that was happening behind the scenes deeper. And she lightly touched on it. She lightly said, oh, and you're not off the hook what you said about the trainer. Monique, it was much more sinister than her saying that you was a we too close for comfort with your trainer. It was much more sinister than that.
Your baby wasn't for your husband.
Thank you. But then had the audacity to do an interview, and I'm gonna show the clip, and say that she felt like healing was a reality for her and Giselle because her and Giselle weren't cool and that she felt more betrayed by Candace. But then talked out the other side of your fucking neck and said that you and Candace didn't really have a real relationship like that, so you wouldn't mind filming with her. No, you and Candace was cool like this. Y'all damn near was like giving what Wendy and Candace was giving on the show. Y'all had to have each other's back. Y'all was like this on the show. And I can tell you haven't fully healed because she almost said it. She said, you know how things pile up and then it just takes one person to tip over and you blow up. That's what happened. You allowed the shit that Giselle and them did to pile up, and then you felt like attacking the person who you felt like was most accessible, which was Candace, and you felt like that was your friend when you really should have been whooping Giselle ass. So it's pissing me off even more so that you come back to us acting like you healed, but you're not on the same, like you're not benefiting yourself. You still allowing Giselle to pay in your fucking face. So I'm here to say I don't think Monique has fully healed. You are still a people pleaser. I understand coming back for a check, But if you really did the work, if you looked at a couple of YouTube videos, you would know what the fuck was going on with Giselle. So it's quite embarrassing. I think she gonna come back and she actually gonna work herself back into the same situation where she was, because you're not, moving honestly.
Damn, that was a mouthful. I have to agree. Definitely was a kiss the ring moment. I don't know what else to say. Well, she said that comment though, like I didn't even know why I was mad at her. I thought she was talking about Candace, honestly, because I'm like, you gotta know why you was upset with Giselle, right? You must be talking about Candace, but you should know. You should be really upset that you allow all of that to build up and you put it out on somebody else, and Giselle was really the cause of that, or part of the cause of that. Like, you really should be upset. I really should, you should go on her shit just a little bit, not fight her, but But I don't know.
You acting scary.
You took a lot of
you acting scary. You acting scary. I'ma just say it. You acting scary. You acting like a punk. It's given. I gotta kiss the ring, and we don't like it. We don't like it. We don't
actually.
want that. It feels uncomfortable for all of us. We feel like, oh, we're about to go down this thing again, where you're gonna allow for this person to kind of turn you into some weird ass sycophantic ass sucking freak. Because that's what happens with Giselle. Like, everybody turns into like some ass kissing freak or somebody that she's bullying. And now that she has her sights on Stacey, that'll give you a Wendy move, right? Where it's not me this season, so it's all good. And yeah, in 2025, under the current administration, I just can't abide.
Somebody said, can you imagine if Monique would have actually attacked Giselle, she would never be back on this show.
She wouldn't be back. No,
she would not be back.
She wouldn't be back.
And that's where the colorism comes in, because you can only attack the dark complected girl and come back. But if you had attacked any one of those green dyed bandits, then where would your ass be? Not here.
I can't remember why I was mad at you. I don't even remember what she did. Y'all, the way.
And I agree with you, Niecy. I think she is gonna kind of go back down the road. I don't think she's gonna like fight again, but you never know. I don't think so. But I just feel like the way Ashley Slick has been playing her with the Stacey situation,
which is like, what, girl,
it's very awkward, because I feel like this was a setup by everybody to bring you on this show to get you to. That's the only reason why they wanted you back, because they know you're gonna get on action,
and they wanted you to beat Stacey up. They wanted
her to. Yeah, I don't know.
Like, nigga, you're not even
or, like,
have y'all seen the after show?
No.
Yeah. No, I did. I don't think. Yeah, you could.
So this is also the thing that pisses me off is Monique comes on the show early on, and when they come to her with the bullshit, she's smart enough to detect it, and she says, "Well, words could have been crossed. Like, I don't know. I can't take his word for it." But then in the after show, Ashley is all out talking shit about Stacey, and Monique is lightweight entertaining it. Like it's something. It's kind of given. I don't know what's going to happen later on in the season, but to me, it's given that Monique ain't on whatever side Stacey is on. She's on the side of Ashley and them.
Oh, she's definitely on
back to people pleasing.
I'm like, so because they want you to be mad at the girl, you can't have a positive experience with Stacey, is what it's giving. Right. She did kind of try to defend Stacey, because on the after show, Ashley was saying, "Oh, those weren't text messages. She showed you texts." Or no, Monique said, "Stacey showed me text messages from Chris." Ashley said she didn't show you text messages. She showed you screenshots of text message. Another way to try to discredit what Stacey was going on, like she would mock up text messages from Chris. But then, if I don't recall, y'all, I thought what she showed Monique was fucking DMs on the show, right? She didn't show her text messages.
I think she showed her text messages.
She did show her text messages, because I remember Monique saying, she was saying that she didn't have his number, but then she showed me text, and it's like, well, if he didn't have your number, how is it text? So that's what Monique was saying. So that's what.
I'm glad you said that too, Bonnie, because that's what I was going to bring up. Because that was another thing. Even though she's trying to defend her on after show, she goes over to do an interview with Virtual Reality, trying to refer to Stacey as a liar, saying, "I watched the scene with her at Giselle's event, and when it was time to call Chris, she was like, I don't have his number. But afterwards, you're showing me text messages with his number in your phone." So I'm like, that's not how that went. Stacey never said she didn't have a number. She said, let's call the person accusing me of it. And she said, I don't talk to Chris. She never said I don't have his number. She just said, I don't talk to him. So then that's when somebody said Sharice
was being a weirdo. She said the nigga was being a weirdo. And then she showed us text messages and the way he was talking to her as if, you know, he complimented her. A thank you would be nice. That's some weird ass shit for a nigga to be texting a woman like
thirsty
you.
Ass shit.
Yes,
like
thirsty.
she owe you something.
Yes. And that's why I was like, you know, you might have been right about that nigga, but please let's pay attention, girl. Let's pay attention to the women, okay?
Yeah, I honestly, y'all, I think Monique is a nice person. I think she gets in her own way. I think that she's full of shit.
I'm upset.
I am too. We were all rooting for you.
Well, I wasn't really rooting. I was just standing there looking.
Jamie, you said not too much.
I'm me, bitch. I don't
too much.
I ain't like you then, and I don't like you now. But you're here, so.
Oh gosh.
Give it
okay. All right. So let me play the clips from this interview. Let's get to this.
My condo, my food, my life.
With Candace. Yes. You managed to find it with Giselle. Yeah. Why isn't there a chance for it with Candace?
Well, Giselle and I never really had an off-camera relationship. We didn't have a friendship that we were trying to develop off camera. So it's a little bit difficult when you're nurturing off camera friendships, and then when you get on camera and that person completely flips things or twists things and projects what they're doing onto you. It's like we had something that was supposed to be real within the reality TV space. So with that, Giselle has always showed me who she was, you know, like, so whatever she presented, I believed it, even if we bumped heads. So what I don't like is the double face. I don't like when you're showing me one way and then when you're around some other people, I'm always going to say the same exact thing that I told you in private. I'm going to say it in public, you know, and I only can roll with people that are like that.
So there was a deeper sense of betrayal from Candace as opposed to Giselle based upon the relationship that you all had.
Right.
A moment from last night's Watch What Happens live. You were at.
Girl, if you don't get the fuck. If you don't get the fuck, I got another clip of her. Let me show y'all.
Then I would be like, well, maybe she was people pleasing just like you be people pleasing, bitch. Like, you know, I don't know.
It sounds the exact same to me. Both of y'all was kissing ass, and y'all ended up working against each other, trying to be Giselle's bottom bitch next to Robin.
Space right now. Now, do you have to be friends with everybody? Absolutely not. Do things have to be reconciled and rekindled? No. But you can still like be around people. Audience member asked you what was your relationship with C, and you said there was none instead of saying there is none. It came out as if you guys never had a friendship. Well, we didn't, and I didn't misspeak. Exactly what I said is what I meant. They asked what was our relationship. In order to have a relationship with one, it requires two people partaking in the relationship in a very reciprocated, equal manner. So no, there was no relationship.
No, that's not true. That's not true. That's not how relationships work. We're in relation to each other. That's all that word means. Relationships means in relation to another person, meaning that a relationship could be a business relationship, a friendship, an association. All of that is under the umbrella of a relationship. So if you want to try to now act like y'all wasn't that close, then don't say that you mad because y'all was so fucking close. What are you talking about?
Let me play this other clip one more time. She says in this one, there was no relationship, right? But here, it sounds like she said they had an off-camera relationship.
Asked about reconciliation with Candace. Yes. You managed to find it with Giselle. Yeah. Why isn't there a chance for it with Candace?
Well, Giselle and I never really had an off-camera relationship. We didn't have a friendship that we were trying to develop off camera. So it's a little bit difficult when you're nurturing off camera friendships, and then when you get on camera and that person completely flips things or twists things and projects what they're doing onto you. It's like we had something that was supposed to be real within the reality TV space. So with that, Giselle has always showed me who she was, you know, like, so whatever she presented, I believed it, even if we bumped heads. So what I don't like is the double face. I don't like when you're showing me one way and then when you're around some other people, I'm always going to say the same exact thing that I told you in private.
All right. Anyway.
Lord have mercy.
Which one is it? Case in point, this is what I mean when I say Monique is full of shit. Nice person. You're getting in your own way. There's still healing to be done.
Yeah. Yeah, that didn't make sense. I thought when she said no relationship, she was talking about like present tense. But yeah, the way Bondi brought that down, I think that's facts. You have to acknowledge that. Like there was something there, especially for you to feel like you were betrayed. Like, come on, but you could sit down with Giselle, who wasn't ever a friend of yours ever. That's crazy.
Yeah,
and then, you know, she could have just
lying the whole time. Giselle was lying on you, lying on your husband, lying on, you know, lying on you and the baby. Like, come on,
Look,
girl.
do you see this comment?
This
This
is
is a lot like Candy with Portia and Phaedra. And this is why I told y'all she giving Portia-esque to me. It's something about it. Yeah, I'm not fucking with it. I don't know. I'm not fucking with it at all. And I knew this was gonna happen. But anyway, y'all, I could talk about this for a long time, but I ain't gonna hold y'all. So let's get to one last thing. Yeah, let's get to one last thing. The last thing that I wanted to show y'all and really talk about was Housewives related. Speaking of Portia, and I said, you know, Monique was feeling Portia-esque. You know who low-key was feeling kind of Portia-esque to me? Kind of giving, if you keep talking shit about me, I'll fuck your husband. Nene. Nene was kind of giving Portia-esque. She was seen with Apollo having a good time at a holiday gathering and they were dancing. And a lot of people think that this is just innocent. And I have seen her like this with Peter as well. But one thing about it is, even if it is innocent, bitch, don't play like that in front of the media with my ex-husband. What are you doing?
Yeah, that's very weird.
Especially because he's been coined abusive consistently. So why? You couldn't find another nigga? Like, where's Peter? Is he in jail? Is that why you couldn't grind up on him? See, and that's another thing that it reminds me of, and this is a reason why y'all could never convince me to like Nene, is because to me, even with her and when they were all still on the show, she used to flirt her fucking ass off with Peter right in front of Cynthia's face. And like, to me, like, that's just so trash. And I feel like the only reason you did that is because you have like, I'm the main character, but Cynthia is beautiful in a way that you can't really compare low key. And I think that, you know, that's why she would do that to her. And now it's just like, this is real low self-esteem bitch shit. No matter how beautiful you think you are, no matter how many surgeries you get, no matter how nice your wig is, this is like insecure bitch shit. Because this is a weird ass nigga, girl. This is a weird nigga.
Wow.
Why you doing this, girl? Girl.
Her man was right there on the side the whole time. Girl, please.
It don't even matter. It don't even matter.
Child. Too close for comfort. Now she knows she would be mad as hell if Phaedra was all on grid like that. Or her man, period.
Is she still with that man that looked like it hurt when he smiled?
I think so.
No. Oh, I thought they broke up. She said they broke up.
Or maybe it was an old photo.
Okay.
Let me go to her page and see. I thought I just saw something.
But her and Tamar are a lot alike. I'll say that. They don't just look alike. They are a lot alike.
They said I look like a Muppet.
Oh, damn.
Oh my goodness. Any other comments on Nene, y'all?
She look like a Muppet. Does she have kitten heels on? Kitten heels on?
All right, y'all. Again, we're looking for people to join our team. Social media assistant and events operations coordinator. Let us know. Tell a friend and tell a friend. Send your resume and social media handles to ooladiesfirstpit@gmail.com. Be sure to follow us, like, comment, subscribe, and we will see y'all in the